Cheers
Mike
to
Greenberg wearing a jersey
episode
is wild. Sorry.
137. No, don't be sorry. Wait,
Cheers.
like Mike from
Oh my
Mike and
God,
Mike wearing a
everyone's
Jets
drinking.
jersey?
We all did it.
Oberon Eclipse.
I taste like 5-1.
Oh, Evan.
I got some Johnny Walker.
Yeah,
How
Bush
much
Light.
did that bottle cost?
I don't know. It was a
It
gift.
was a gift. Jinx.
Probably like 30.
Tonight
30, 40?
is no way more expensive.
It's not that expensive.
Johnny Williams,
Johnny Walker, Black Label.
PJ Walker, Black
JC
Label.
Walker, Black Label.
Oh, $40.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Is it 750 milliliters or 1.75 liters?
Oh.
Oh.
Came out of nowhere.
Burps are weird on Zoom.
$750.
Oh yeah, $40.
$750. Age 12
Scotch.
years.
You like scotch?
Straight from Scotland.
I
do.
love scotch. Scotch.
Today's date is Sunday, October 15th, 2023. It's 8:04 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:04 Central Time.
We survived Friday the 13th.
We made it.
Barely.
Welcome into the number one all-around sports podcast in the state of Michigan.
Oh my God,
A lot
Brad
of
Holmes
things are
getting pumped
happening.
up.
To the, what did I say? Sunday, October 15th? And
Mm-hmm.
it's hate week.
Not really.
No.
It doesn't feel like it.
Not really. It's just one team has a game and the other team has shame.
Oh.
Oh, bars, Alex. Dr. Seuss over
Yeah,
there.
I've been practicing my.
It's week 9
Freestyle.
for MHSA high school. Week 9 for the season.
It's 1 week closer to Michigan State basketball.
Evan, does it look like Alex is like in a hostage situation? Something with the
He does.
lighting?
He's about to
like,
get
come
into
back
it.
I'll
out.
figure it out. I'm trying.
Oh, I think that helped. Oh,
That's
no,
not
now
helping.
you look like you might
murderer.
not survive. Yeah. I think that's good. It's a little ominous, but I think that works.
That looks a
It's
little
late
bit
at
better
night.
than what it was. That's too much. Too much.
Too much eyeball.
Yeah. You can't find it. You can't find it.
No, that's not it.
Oh, whoa.
Whatever that
whoa.
glare, that looks like you're being held in like a Saw movie. I don't think that's it.
Bounce your
Alex.
head off the table.
That's it. That's it.
But it's
That looks
dark.
good.
Now it looks like you're on
Turn
Omegle
a
late
freaking
night with your
overhead light
friends.
on. I see a lamp right there. I see a
I can
fan.
turn the light on. It's just a lot of light.
No, that looks good, Alex. It looks like you're on Omegle.
Perfect.
No, that stays in.
Oh, that was
Um,
funny. That was funny.
Please follow us on all social media at Shot of MS. Rate and review on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Don't be afraid to use whatever our number is. I don't know, but no one sends in questions anymore. I sometimes don't even ask, depending on the week. But if you ever have any questions,
I
send
don't
us
think
to
you
it.
ask anymore.
I haven't in a while. On today's show, similar if you listened to last week's, but if you're new, we're gonna hit NFL and college football, just big picture football takes. What's going on in the sports? What is that? What is that jangling?
The dog scratching right outside the door.
Oh, that makes sense. I was like, that can't be one of you. Recaps. We have MSU versus Rutgers, Michigan versus Indiana, Lions versus Bucs. Previews. We have Michigan versus Michigan State, Lions versus Ravens. So that is what's up on this show. But we'll start as always with Alex. What did you do this week? Anything exciting to tell us?
No,
You're a father.
not really.
Could
Yep.
you imagine?
I have a
someone's
kid on the
to
way.
start?
No. What'd I do?
You went for a run.
Officially moved in now. So that's good.
Nice.
Everything's in here. I did explore a bit. I live right next to a park.
Mm.
Minute Maid.
No, I work right
Oh.
next to a Minute Maid though. So I walked around, went for a run this morning.
How many
which,
miles?
2.28.
Nice.
Almost died. Could barely breathe.
What's our split?
Not good. Like 9.5, 10, 10.5.
Right.
It was just slowly getting worse as it went. The first mile went way too hard, and then the second mile I was dragging.
Classic.
At this park, though, there is a huge basketball court with like 6 courts with like a roof over it, but it's not closed. I don't know how to say it. There's no walls, but there's a roof.
Huh?
Does that make sense?
No.
It's outside. It has
It's pavilion.
So there's like poles to go up.
like a pavilion public basketball court in the middle of this park. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just poles. And Saturday and Sunday, just tons of people are playing pickup and hooping with like boom boxes outside. It looks very intimidating. Did not pull up to it, but maybe one day I'll walk over with my ball and ask to play.
Hey guys, can I join?
Any chance I could play some hoops with you guys?
It look like that.
Exactly like that, yeah.
That feels like that ceiling's too low. I could see like Eldridge shot getting hit on that.
The ceiling there is not low. Like you would not hit it.
Is this just to keep it like cool, like not too hot?
Rain, Grant?
It doesn't rain in Texas.
Yes, it does all the time. It rains here like every other day for like an hour a day.
Wow. All right, I take that back. Sorry, continue.
But pretty cool. What else did I do? I worked. As Evan said, I do have a job now.
Nice.
Welcome to the work in America.
Yeah.
About time.
And then
We missed you.
did go to a new coffee place. It's like similar to Starbucks.
Big B.
Bougie.
It's called Blue Tile, I think. Blue Tile Coffee. Had a nitro cold brew, and let me tell you, it went right through me.
Mm.
I don't like that noise, Evan. And then
I
other
can't
than
get
that,
behind nitro cold brews.
no work tomorrow. So maybe I'm going to go to the Astros game. I'm thinking about it.
Should have went tonight
This is
if you
where-
didn't have work tomorrow.
Well,
That's
Evan,
true.
how was I going to do the show? The game starts right now.
You do the show tomorrow.
You said you couldn't do it tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
So I put you guys ahead.
What did you get any of these flavors in your nitro cold brew? Any honey cinnamon or?
No, I'm not really a flavor guy like you, but
I pulled up their menu. I'm just trying to
I
picture like what you
I
would
like
have
my
ordered.
coffee to be manly.
On sugar shaken espresso with almond
Any
milk
milk?
Oh, no. Ew.
on ice.
Evan, whatever you
Nice.
said, that sounds nice.
Ice brown sugar shaken espresso
Brown sugar
with
is
almond milk.
That's
so
good
good.
stuff.
Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. This coffee shop is like pretty much in my building. So like I can go there anytime. Not
Go
too
right now.
expensive
What
either.
time you?
No. I don't know if it's
Ready,
open
set.
this late.
Go.
It's a coffee shop. And yeah, that's about it. Weather's nice. It looks like it's miserable in Michigan, so I'm grateful for that.
It was miserable yesterday in Michigan.
Yes.
Like bad rain.
Rained
Yep.
all day.
Oh,
It started
like
Friday
cold.
night and did not stop all day yesterday.
Windy, cold, awful.
Like 45 in rain. The worst weather
50 in rain.
the world.
Chilly weather.
I did have chili Saturday night.
Ugh.
Like you just want to like load up on beans and chili.
And the Michigan State game drove me to go get Taco Bell, so it's all for nothing.
Hell yeah. That was when things were going well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just also want to mention nacho fries are disgusting.
Mm.
They're so bad. Everyone likes them. They're just gross. They're
I don't like
flimsy,
'em.
soft, and
Everybody
mushy.
likes cheese. That's what everybody likes.
I'll get chips.
Hmm.
But that's it.
Evan, you got more quiet for me.
I did.
And you went black. Your screen. Grant.
Oh,
Actually,
you
breaking
know why?
news. Your internet is actually okay today.
It's only at 63%
All right,
uploaded.
Grant.
So
Can you hear me still?
yeah.
You're just a little
Yeah,
quieter.
You know why? This thing unplugged.
I was going to say, that's what it sounds like.
You know what, Evan? We were all over it.
You got ears like a hawk.
Yeah, you actually have to. This happened to me when I was at Grant's. You have to take your AirPods off, disconnect your AirPods, and then disconnect your mic. Connect your mic first, and then it'll pick that up, and then put your AirPods back in after the mic is working.
Got all that?
I had to figure that on the spot when I abruptly unplugged my mic when I was angry at you.
Oh, right. You did that little bit about ECU.
Yeah, I still firmly believe we'd beat them.
They're pretty bad. I have some different questions for neutral site games at Michigan State.
No,
this
I
week.
don't think.
And I think they're undisputable. Oh, no.
That's just rude, Grant.
Oh, no, Evans? I can't tell
Fun
if he's frozen or
fact.
not. No, he's not frozen. He's just shaking his head.
According to the SP Plus, whatever, Michigan State is the best opponent Michigan will play this year so far.
Really?
Yeah, and that's gross.
UNLV's 5-1.
Sucks.
Yeah, Grant. I'm just telling you. Just telling you the fact.
Source?
All right, I'll send you the tweet. You won't like the
Nice.
source, but it's a fact.
SP Plus.
Whatever that is, which I'm not really totally sure.
Yeah.
Some statistical measurement. Let's see if
I mean, Rutgers is better.
Rutgers is 58th, we're 59th, so, same thing. Evan has Riverside open in other tabs. Ask Evan to close all other browser tabs open with Riverside.
I did. I just did. It says issue. What should I do?
Evan, it's
I
working.
did
Whatever.
already.
It's working. We can hear you. You sound good.
I had to leave because it wouldn't let me switch mics while it was recording.
But everything looks good now? Everything looks normal?
Yeah, I just can't bump this.
SP Plus ranking, Grant.
That's a stat. Where were we, Alex? You were towards the end of your recap?
No, I finished. It was on to Evan.
Evan, you're weak. I think you have good news for the show.
I guess so. Tuesday took on Jackson Middle School.
Fighting Tony Dungy.
7th grade did not go well at all.
What is
8th grade,
that?
though, it was terrible, Grant. 7th grade was terrible to be a part of. It was not fun.
Okay.
There
What
was
was
not
the
one
score?
part that was fun. Not one part was fun.
Evan never says the score.
I'm not telling you the score, Alex.
Please, just off the record.
Nope, sorry. 8th grade played so
Still
much
a
better.
fact, Grant.
Sorry, Evan. Go ahead.
8th grade, we won 28-6. Played fantastic. Just dominated all 3 phases of the game there. So there's a victory,
Points?
Alex. 28-6, I said.
All offensive touchdowns?
All offensive touchdowns.
Oh, you're taking Brian Ferentz' job at this rate. Caitlin Clark scored more at Kinnick than they have.
Basically scored 14 each half. I think I had 13 and 1, 12 or whatever it was. Just 2
What were your
conversions.
touchdowns? What were those plays?
We had 2 passing in the first half, and then 2 rushing touchdowns in the second half.
Passing in
Balanced
8th
offense.
grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Tight end pop pass.
No. 5 wide.
5 wide? Oh my God, Evan.
You went
Kids are in 8th
5
grade.
wide in 8th grade.
No pass
One of them was
protection
on
with the running back.
Games.
One of them was a 4th down and 4th and 10, and had a decent play called up. A little scramble. Wide receiver broke off his route, and secondary did not follow him. Boom.
That's Colston Loveland, JJ. You just did that play.
Sure. Did not
You
watch
didn't
that
see
play.
it, did you?
No. And
I'll
then
send
worked
you
the rest
it.
of the
Yep.
week. Friday, saw some Friday Night Lights football action and saw the worst high school refs of all time.
Wow.
They were terrible at their job. Absolutely terrible at their job.
In their defense, how many high school refs are good?
You could get some handful of ones that are pretty good.
Darl Harsh.
Saturday had to work in the morning and then watched
Yeah, we knew
all you
that.
could do is just college football buffet, and then I did a little errands this morning. Went to Apple Pumpkin Festival
No, you
this
didn't.
morning.
Oh, me
Yes,
too.
I
Get
did.
out.
Yes, I did.
You did.
Swear to God.
What'd you
I
get?
got some deep fried Oreos
Oh, Evan.
and a lemonade, a large lemonade.
Oh,
Walked around,
I was
checked it out.
craving a lemonade this weekend. I'm not sure why.
It was so good. So
Wait, was
good.
this on Saturday?
No, Saturday it rained literally all day. At Watkins all weekend, man.
So you went
Saturday and
Sunday?
I went
You went
this morning.
Okay.
Well, technically this afternoon. I went at noon.
Tried to
'Cause I was
forget the
gonna say-
Rutgers loss.
I have never seen so many people. Never seen so many people in Tecumseh.
Wow.
That's not.
It was a madhouse.
The
Have you ever
Mecca.
been to a parade?
No, Alex, picture the parade, but like 10 times the amount of people.
10 times the amount
Yes,
of
now,
3,000
parades
people.
aren't that busy. Yes.
So you're telling me, Evan, that
Yes.
30,000 people were in Tecumseh?
Alex, not everybody in the community goes to the parade anymore.
Yeah, I gave you half. I said like 3,000.
Yeah.
And you said 10
Yes.
times 3,000.
Yes.
So that's 30,000 people.
not even 3,000 people go to the parades.
All right. Well, what would you like it to be? 1,500?
Sure.
Because that is 15,000 people, Evan.
There were 15,000 people there.
So the Breslin Center times 2.
The Breslin Center
Russell
times
Center
1.
says 18,000.
Yeah.
This is 15,000 on this on Google.
Yeah,
It's
so
just one Breslin Center, Grant.
One Breslin
He-
Center.
He digressed from...
bumping it down. It was just packed. That's all I'm going
The
to say.
Breslin Center was there.
Yes.
Was Tom Izzo performing?
No.
Hey,
There's there's a lot more like food vendors there. Like variety has gone up, way up.
Like what?
Well, there's a
Like
new bar in Tecumseh, Grant. Did you hear?
No.
Tecumseh Tavern.
I just heard.
It's right next to Marcos.
There's a new local
TT.
watering hole to get.
I bet
right
that's
next,
a new rivalry.
right next to Marcos. Wow. But like, you name it, Grant, they had it.
Carne asada tacos.
There's like a noodle place, multiple like burger and hot dog places.
Lost on the first guess?
There was a hoagie place, grilled cheese place.
You're telling me they
Pulled
didn't have
pork-
a Mexican place of all
Pulled pork
and
sliders.
everything else?
Yes, there was pulled pork. There's multiple barbecue locations.
It's disgusting. Barbecue's so over.
What about like fish and chips if I want to go a little
fish and chippy?
There's no way there was fish there.
carne asada tacos got him. In the headlock.
Oh, that was funny.
Other than that, nothing too much. Other than big game on Tuesday,
Adrian.
rivalry game. Yes, Adrian
Coaching for your
week.
contract.
Yep, at home. So it'll be a big
Good
game.
luck.
See how it happens.
Cody
Other than
McRae,
that,
just so you know, Evan. Cody with a K. Absolute fraud. He can hear your games, and he just refuses to go to them. So he just listens to them, and he won't go.
I don't blame him. Last Tuesday it was miserable. It was cold, rainy, windy.
if you're
holy
listening,
cow.
Which I
Windy
know
and
you
rainy.
are. Get your ass up and go support Evan on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm
Adrian
not
and
watching
Chelsea
that play,
left.
Grant.
Wow. Yeah, that's how your team
Is the
scored.
high school team bad? Haven't heard much. I mean, last year they had their magical season, and then this year I
4-4. If they win, they're
thing.
basically in the playoffs. Because last time I checked, their playoff points, and I'll look it up right now.
I love that high school football has playoff points for like the BCS. It's like the last surviving
It is
BCS
literally
model out
BCS.
there.
It doesn't matter what your record is.
It's awesome.
So just blow out the shit teams, and you might make it.
No,
Yeah.
they're actually preventing
No.
that.
Play tough teams and get
They want you to play
mollywopped
tough
and still
teams, and
make
you
it.
get yeah.
I heard they have Cass Tech on the schedule next year with Saline
Michigan
and
could
Dexter.
learn a thing or two from that model.
Yeah.
Like
Their
nobody
best opponent is Michigan State so far.
can't tell if they're good or not.
Disgusting.
Don't play anybody.
Disgusting. Well, let's
That's
be
about
honest.
it. I got nothing really besides fantasy
don't
football, man. You never know.
Wow, 2-0.
Yeah.
Adrian
back-to-back.
lost.
Evan's mood based on his fantasy football team. It should be doing well. He's projected to win.
No, it's
Not
actually
to-
fun to be 5-1, and we'll get to that. But still,
5-1. Oh, the
Lions,
Lions.
Alex. You're right.
Did this
My
happen?
actual week in my life, nothing exciting. Normal work week. Friday night. Marissa's birthday is on Wednesday this coming week.
Thanks
So
for
this weekend
reminding
was
me.
like the weekend to celebrate it.
Shout out Marissa.
So we went to a restaurant on Friday.
Adrian
Um,
lost. Holy!
I've transitioned to whiskey season. I got a whiskey drink at the restaurant. The weather has dipped. We are on to whiskey now for the foreseeable future.
But granted, it's 72 out.
Well, not all of us live in Texas.
Don't tell people where I live.
You already did last episode. What did I get? Nothing memorable. I think I got the perch, and I got gumbo soup. It was really good. It was a special, very good.
Surprised you didn't get a flukin' pork chop.
They did have a special of pork chops, and I passed on it. I passed.
Thank God. You're learning.
Saturday, didn't watch any college football until the Oregon-Washington game. Ran errands all morning.
Errands?
Shopping.
Shake Shack and Lululemon are not errands.
Went to the Somerset Mall as it was dumping rain, as Evan said. I ripped.
Those aren't errands, Grant.
I love Oakley's golf pants, but they've ripped twice on me. The zipper has broke off the chain twice for me, so I had to go get new
Maybe you're a little aggressive with how you zip your pants.
No. So I need to get new gray pants that I can wear, to work. If I need to golf, just need versatile pants, primarily to be worn with quarter zips and polos. So I don't think there was any Oakleys in the store. I was thinking about going to Under Armour. But then I was like, you know what? Lululemon, a little bit pricey, but I hear everyone rave about the ABC pants. So I tried on some ABC pants, and I bought
the
ABC
dress pants. The dress ABC pants?
No, the originals, not the they were called ABC trousers. I think were the dressier ones. And not get
so you just got
classic fit ABC pants. They're not joggers. They're like they are.
They have ABC joggers too.
They do not have joggers.
Do you know what ABC stands for, Grant?
All booty control.
I believe it's something ball control for your balls. Like legit.
Really?
Yes. It's like anti-ball control or something like that.
Anti-ball chafing?
I'll tell you in a minute. Anti-ball crushing.
That's good. Hopefully,
crush your balls.
Hopefully, the zipper stays
Wearing
intact.
some Lulu shorts as we speak.
Nice. So I got those. What was it? No, that was pretty much it. Shake Shack, solid. They have a Nashville hot chicken sandwich. It was hot. I will say it was hot.
Love Nashville hot chicken sandwiches.
Then did grocery shopping, etc. Then made it back. Classic college football Saturday. From then on out, watched all of Washington, Oregon. Watched the night games. Today, Marissa has a cousin whose birthday is the 19th. So we conjoined multiple people that live in the area, went to a brunch in Rochester. Very good. I did not get a Bloody Mary. I am sad to report that because that's against my my MO, but I wanted a cold brew
classic
coffee.
fit pocket pant Utilitech.
Not Utilitech.
Warp Stream.
Yeah.
$128.
That's it. That's the pant. These better not rip.
Relaxed fit, slim fit, or regular?
Regular fit.
What color? Gray?
Great. Like the Obsidian, I think was the official name of it.
It's dark.
My sister said that I can't get slim fit because I look like a chick or like a chicken legs if I get anything slim fit. So I heard
a regular
in my head.
pant fit is probably a slim fit for you. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's probably fair. So I got coffee. Oh, I got corned beef hash. I tweeted that out. I got corned beef hash. It was delicious. It was so good.
Why did they say corn beef? Because the beef is corn fed? Is that why?
I don't know why. Do
people know what corn does to their body? It goes in and goes out.
Oh, we know, Alex.
You can't digest it.
Hatcher to chop. I don't know. Why do they call it corned beef? Chopped or diced. Get this name from the treatment of meat with corns of salt. Because the salt halts the growth of bacteria by taking out moisture. So they put a bunch of salt in it. And it corns it. It's like a verb. Because it's corned. Corned. It's not corned beef.
Corned beef hash is
corn.
gross.
It's delicious. So good.
So
Had
bad.
it. Loved it. Then we went to a cider mill. I got my cider mill in.
12 donuts again?
No, I only had like 2. I didn't have any there because I ate the corned beef hash.
And I watched you
could have
eat
ate 12.
donuts once.
I could have if I didn't eat anything before. Yeah, I was just say this, Yates Cider Mill is an absolute wagon establishment. It's been around since like 1860, and they had like this little petting pen with a bunch of different goats and sheeps and llamas and cows.
Gross.
It was actually impressive. I know I'm not into feeding them.
That's my
Marissa
guy.
and her little cousins bought like this little cone with little treats for them that you can feed them, and they're up there with their hand out like this, letting the goat eat it from their hand. Absolutely not. I was just throwing my pieces at the goats. Like, you can just eat this off the ground. Like, I'm not sitting there letting you lick my hand. No chance. Because I told the story, they were calling me a wimp. But when I was a little kid, like 8, maybe years old, at the Little County Fair, I vividly remember this with my cousins, and my grandma was in charge of us for the day. And we were around the goat little pen, and their fence was small. It was probably like waist high to me today. And I kid you not, people were like close to the goats, and like multiple goats jumped the fence and started running like rampant amongst all the little kids. And people were just screaming, running for their moms, like afraid of what the goats were going to do. So since then, I've always been petrified of goats at petting zoos. I don't mess with them.
Yeah, you're.
Okay. Well, thanks. I was
Nah, I'm
told
just
that
kidding. That's
multiple
pretty
times today.
scary.
Right? If you're a little kid?
If you're a little child, that probably freak. Oh, I bet.
goat,
Matt Patricia,
a goat with horns. Ben wants to. Ben Fee just
Ben's
asked
gotta
the
chill
podcast
out.
if we should trade
You
for
gotta
a
chill out.
Did we just miss one kick today?
Kick.
A 50-plus yarder.
52.
I'm good.
Just
We do not
relax.
need to
Perfect.
trade.
Inside 50.
Relax.
That's quick listener question answered. Outside of that, nothing. We should get into football. National Football League today.
Oh, thank God.
My takeaway is we are now have the best record in the NFL because the big boys in the NFC lost besides us, and that's huge for morale.
And huge for a potential 1 seed.
Huge.
Don't get to
Thank
play
you, Jake
those teams
Moody.
in the regular season. Guess what? Those 2 teams play soon, I'm pretty sure.
They do, Alex. I actually bookmarked a tweet with the Eagles' next 7 games, and boy, is it a gauntlet stretch.
Well, when you're good and you win your division, you get put up against the big boys.
Let me see if I remember it. Not in this order, but it's Dallas twice. It is
Those are both
the
wins.
Commanders,
They struggle with them.
and then Chiefs, Bills, Niners.
They're losing one of those games at a minimum.
Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Cowboys twice, home and away, Commanders. Could be 3 losses in there.
We have a tough game this weekend. We might lose. Might not matter.
Save your takes, Alex. Alex, do you have anything to say about the Bengals? They're now 3-3 and playing good football.
Their offense looked dog crap after the start of the second quarter.
I mean, yeah,
You're dialed into the Bengals game.
I did watch a good chunk of that
It's
game.
Ohio networks. That's all we get. I
Seattle
had to
got
watch
in
the
red
Browns
zone.
and the Bengals all day.
Seattle got in the red zone 3 times and came away with 0 points. So probably should have lost that game, but whatever.
I feel like today was the day of injuries. Did it feel like that? I haven't looked at the updates, but a lot of big names I think went down. I don't know if they're like long term, but I
Not
saw
really
Dennis
as-
got hurt for you, Alex.
He came back in
Okay.
immediately.
Debo got hurt.
He
Debo
did
was
not
out the
come
rest of
back.
the game.
McCaffrey got hurt.
Did not come back in the rest of the game. Abdomen,
Justin Fields got hurt.
Did not come
broken
back.
hand.
Nope. Dislocated his thumb.
Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. I'm not saying
Did not come back
he
and went to the
saw it.
hospital.
Oh,
Jeez.
Back injury.
David Montgomery got
Nice.
hurt.
Did not come back.
ribs. Cracked a rib.
Should be fine.
Test for
Anyone
negative.
else that was big?
No,
They got hurt.
Trent Williams got hurt. He came back in. McCaffrey got hurt. Didn't come back.
We already talked about that.
Alex, we were talking
Just
about
in my head,
McCaffrey.
I'm recapping it.
Jesus Christ.
Trent Williams got hurt too. Wow.
Yes, but he came back.
Did
No,
anyone have
injuries
any
were not
others?
as bad this week.
I'm looking at the score. Oh, we talked about the big boys, but the Browns, that's actually one of the more stunning wins of this. Isn't there a crazy Jim Schwartz stat with Kyle Shanahan?
1-7, now 1-8.
Wow.
Sloppy field.
That's a
Kyle Shanahan can't run man-to-man coverage.
Kyle Shanahan
Sloppy
just
field.
can't win against Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, because they run man-to-man coverage. That's the point I'm getting
And
at.
even with all that, PJ Walker tried to lose that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did try to
He
throw
is
that ball
bad.
away. I'm going to look at the overall standings
The
right
Jets
now.
game was actually miraculous. Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions and a crucial pick under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Jacksonville looks back. They look like they're back in the driver's seat for their division.
They've been rolling. The run game's good because Trevor Lawrence is letting me down, but whatever.
Outside of that, I feel like a pretty dull week. Should we play a fun game? When did the Panthers get their first win?
Sure.
They're up 14-0
Bye week
today.
this
Never
week.
forget.
When do the Patriots get their second win?
Never. Bill Belichick might actually get fired.
I hope so.
It'd be so funny.
It's about time to get him out
That
of the
would be
league. He's
crazy.
washed.
Nobody's safe if he gets fired. But
He's
they're on a
been
bye
dog
week.
shit since Tom Brady left because Tom Brady was everything to the Patriots and Bill Belichick was nothing.
That's
How many winning
that's the hill you
seasons
wanna
has
die
Bill
on.
Belichick had without Tom Brady?
This is kind of an anticlimactic week in the NFL.
Yeah.
Texans might be actually decent.
Texans are not bad. They're not bad. D'Amico Ryan's
South
good
is
coach.
Not that good.
What about college
NFC
football?
Oh, well, it feels really good to be right about USC. I've been saying they're bad all year. Just proves
Feels really good to be right about Washington on their college football playoff team.
Yeah. Yep. Feels good that I picked them to win this week, and Grant said that the Ducks would win.
Pac-12 is the best
let's-
conference.
Thoughts on Michael Penix, Grant? Do you want to have the discussion?
He's a really good quarterback. He made good
I
throws.
just don't. It's hard for me to think that you wouldn't take. I get it. Washington's receivers are better, but Michael Penix is a much better is a better thrower, not a much better, but he's a better thrower of the football than most quarterbacks in college football. Like
100%.
99%, including JJ.
Yeah, I said whatever Wilkins said, I would just go off of that. Like I still am just sticking to that. I wouldn't trade right now.
You don't
for
think
him,
that
but I'm not.
Penix would elevate your offense a little bit more?
I truly don't know. I don't.
So you wouldn't roll the dice on that possibility if him raising your ceiling is what you're saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it. It's too hard to do because it's like such different systems and everything. But if you're just saying
It is, but Penix has also
He is
done it now
impressive.
against some good teams.
he
Now
is
Jake
impressive.
could
I
do
mean,
it
like
this or in like 3 weeks whenever they play someone for real.
I don't want to take anything away from his game at all. But Oregon should have won that football game. They should have won the game. Both those teams are pretty much evenly matched, and they probably will play again. And then I'm curious what's going to happen. Like, let's say it's too
Can't
early
beat
to
the
do,
team
but
twice. Just can't.
let's say Oregon beats Washington. They're both one-loss teams. What happens then? They both get in, or do they just pick Oregon and Oregon goes?
we'll have
the
that
other-
discussion.
Yeah, but I mean,
I would put
His-
both of them. They're electric
Phoenix-
teams to watch.
Penix did a great job.
Phoenix?
Sorry, I have Desmond Howard screaming "Big Phoenix energy"
That's
in my
a-
head.
I laughed out loud watching that this
Dude.
morning. When you texted about it, I was like, oh, that can't be real. And then I saw
No
it
one
today,
saw
and I
it.
was like, oh my God. This is so
It was
bad.
working.
Did you watch it now,
Like,
Evan?
you haven't.
No, I don't need to watch it. Desmond
you
Howard doesn't
have to.
deserve to. No,
No,
Desmond
Evan,
Howard
you-
doesn't deserve to be on TV.
You have to
He brings
watch
no
it. It's-
insight to any college football game.
It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. You
Yeah,
have
I don't need to watch
it.
it. I heard it today.
Please
Tornik
watch
showed
it.
me today when we were at Apple Lincoln.
It's funny.
Marissa was in our
Phoenix
bathroom,
energy.
and she was getting ready, and she just goes, "What is he saying?" I was like, "A little hard to explain, but their quarterback's name is Penix." But
Penix,
it sounds just like
though.
what. I know, but for that bit, he was screaming Penix.
I mean, Grant, let's just back up, though. You said, like, Oregon should have won, but Washington still put up 30 plus. So
Yeah,
the loss wouldn't have been on Penix.
The crazy thing, though, is like, I know it sounds dumb because that's a lot of points, but with where college football is, Oregon's defense actually played pretty well. Like, they actually played well enough, gave up that many points, but they played in good spots, and their coach, Lanning, put them in some bad spots, especially towards the end of the game when they went for it. But I think if he manages things different, I understand that's his MO is being aggressive, but they gave up free points throughout the game. You win. I just think Penix did a great job of early. He had amazing throws in the bucket, and then in the second half, you saw him struggle. You were napping, Alex. I know that.
It's
but
crazy.
As someone who watched
the context of me falling asleep, it was 29-18. The announcers are saying, the last thing I remember them saying is, if Washington could score, probably will score here, and it's going to get out of hand. Out cold. Wake up. Washington is losing. They haven't scored a single point since I fell asleep. I was like, "Oh my god, what has happened?" I was panicking.
I mean, he threw one pick, but I'm not going to hold that over his head. But they just went a multiple 3-and-outs. But it's more to the idea that Washington team can't. They can run the ball because their guy did have a good game.
Not really, though.
You can't rely on them to run the ball. And if you're just a one-trick pony throwing, you're going to have a couple quick 3-and-outs if things aren't clicking for your team. So
yeah, but put Penix on Michigan's offense with a good run game. Sky's the limit.
Hey, he'd be really good.
He would. He led the Indiana football program to they were 6 points away from beating Justin Fields, Ohio State. They almost did that. And just
He's
because
really
of
good.
him. Winning
There's
at
also an
Indiana. Grant, Indiana is a dumpster fire. You think Michigan State is bad?
Indiana.
Their program stinks.
It's bad. They were frisky though in the first half of that game.
Who's your daddy?
Any other big takeaways from the weekend? Pat Narduzzi.
That was guaranteed to happen. They do it every year. They beat someone.
Keon Coleman, another sick catch. Great
Fumbled
game
on
for
the next
that
play.
kid. Did he really?
Yes.
They don't show you that. on
Yeah,
Twitter.
they don't tell you that.
Wow. Thank you, Alex.
Caleb Williams stinks. Don't tank for him.
I don't know about that, but
Joke. It was overreaction, but he did not have a good game.
Evans Beavers looked pretty convincing in their win against a ranked team.
Evan, that coach is firmly on the MSU radar. You might get a beef in here.
No, he's not.
Why do you say
His alma
he's not?
mater. He's the head coach of his alma mater, and he's about to be in the Pac-12 championship. He ain't leaving.
And he's about to not have a conference next year, Evan.
True. Mountain
Michigan
West.
State can get him if they want him. I'm just telling you.
I don't want him.
Pac-12
I don't want him.
You don't want him. You don't want your
No.
beefs.
No.
You still
I'm
want
only a
Ryan
Beast fan
Harlan.
for 1 year.
Evan, I don't know if I
You
see them in the
go lose.
Pac-12 championship game. I
No,
want them
they-
to be in there for you, but I don't see it.
Don't they play Oregon, Washington the last 2 weeks?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
so.
they're not gonna-
And they're at
They already
Arizona
lost to
next
Washington
week.
State.
And Arizona score was the craziest score of the entire weekend.
Do you know
Jetfish
that
for
Oregon
Lynn,
State
Michigan
plays
State coaching
defense?
radar.
Oregon State
Gross.
doesn't run all these flashy offenses that, they wind the clock and play defense. That's what they're...
Evan, they lost to Washington State, though. They already have a
Correct.
loss. They're not
Won.
going to make the Pac-12 championship game. They're not going to win out.
They win out. They beat everybody. They can make it.
They're not going to.
Why?
You're right, Evan. You are right about that.
How are they going to beat Oregon and Washington and USC?
They score
play
more points
USC?
than them. They score more points than that's how you beat them.
Yeah. I just wouldn't expect them to. When all
I don't want you to get hurt.
Oregon State's literally the rivalry weekend. Anything can happen. Washington,
Why do you like
time
them?
control.
Why do
I
you
do
like
think-
them? You've
Because
never
DJ
said.
Ukulele's on the team.
But why do you like him?
Because he was given a bad rap because Dabo Swinney's a quarterback killer.
So you just believe in quarterbacks that transfer away because
They are
Dabo killed
better than
for
what people
Lawrence.
think because they get a bad rap from the bad media, and then he went to a perfect location that went 9-3 last year, has a good coach, has a solid defense, and the Pac-12 is the best conference.
thoughts on Peyton Thorne's record only being one game better than Michigan State's?
Tougher schedule.
Tougher schedule.
Good answer.
There you go.
Good
Evan.
answer.
Got
Never
you.
forget the run.
The run.
I won't.
Grant won't.
I can't
Ever.
wait. Dude, I'm buying. If Peyton Thorne beats Alabama at the Iron Bowl that I'm at, I will buy a number 1 jersey Auburn. No doubt.
You could just say it's Cam Newton.
Will he be quarterback by then?
No.
Sure.
He wasn't even playing quarterback in the second half when I was watching this weekend.
But that's their
They were
system,
down
Alex. Watch ball.
35-10.
Because
They're
he's
resting him.
doing his best.
UNC, good at football.
Drake May, can
Yes.
we talk about it? He's good. He's a good quarterback.
I didn't
He's
watch
good.
much of the game.
He's
Oh,
good.
I watched all of it.
It was the bottom
I was
four of
quad
my quad
box.
box.
It was my
Oh,
top
you know what
left
pissed
of my
me off
quad
this
box.
weekend is like what I thought about was like all these Michigan State fans that want these coaches, but by the end of the year they're all going to be like 8-4. And then what are you going to do? You want 8-4 coaches, or do you want winners?
Well,
8-4 sounds good though.
8-4 right now. I mean, it's a dream.
No, but they're 8-4 coaches.
I guess what does that mean?
At the wrong program, but you're
An
the right
8-4
program.
at a bad program is very desirable because we're not a bad
So
program. You can
stupid.
win here.
Who cares about Michigan State football?
Hey, you brought
Evan,
that up, Evan.
We're going to talk about them.
I'm
We
not.
have
I'm not
to.
talking about them. I'm muting
Let's
my
get into
mic.
it now. Let's get into it now.
Urban Meyer
No, let's get into it.
changes everything for
Urban
us.
Meyer's
Evan.
not freaking coming.
Probably not, but if he
Our
does,
board's softer than baby shit, so he's not coming.
our board is the problem. I agree.
Do you guys want the latest update I have from the coaching search?
Sure. What was Chris Creighton?
This is from a text I received a little bit ago.
Is this what I
There-
sent you?
There are indications from well-placed sources that Meyer is interested. That doesn't mean the process will move forward and get finished, but he is on the radar and has returned volley. Whether or not
Volleyball
the board of
reference.
trustees,
Like,
whether
that's
or
a
not
bad
the board of
volleyball
trustees
reference.
members,
oh, I heard a rumor
I was
about
excited
Urban
about
Meyer
him.
and volleyball this weekend.
but basically this just says Urban's interested. Whether or not the board of trustees are is TBD in the next few weeks.
I can give you that answer.
Per
It's no.
Alex's text.
That is at least. All right, so if you don't get Urban Meyer, it at least shows that you can get high-profile people interested. Whether or not your soft-ass board is going to
Yeah, here you
do
go.
what it takes to
Here
win.
is a job opportunity for anybody. Do you want more money than what you're making? Yes, people are going to be interested.
That's good. That means we have
Brett
some
Bielema
pull.
was interested in Michigan State job because he wasn't making any money. Of course, he's
Evan-
going to be interested.
I saw a rumor this weekend. I was wondering if you'd be okay with this head coach.
Breaking news: Dan Mullen is interested in getting higher money than when he is at ESPN.
No, it's not Dan. Matt Campbell's people have
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
he needs to
no.
get out of Iowa State because nobody
my
likes
God,
him there.
no.
He can't win
want
there.
him?
That would be the funniest thing of all time.
Remember, Grant sat on this podcast and begged for him.
No,
You did.
I was wrong. I was a dumb idiot naive. But
Beg
that'd
for
be the
him.
funniest thing.
And
Yeah,
now
Mom,
he wants to come here.
During the COVID season, there was a whole movement in Michigan Twitter of this.
He was
Matt
the
Campbell
leading
gifs.
candidate
Like,
to
just
be Michigan's head
people
coach.
tweeting soup, like Campbell's soup with eyeball emojis every week when Michigan would lose in the COVID year with Joe Milton. And the fact that we're here now and like his dumpster fire program at Iowa State and he's like yelling at fans in the crowd. Yeah.
Let's see
Not
how
steer
Iowa
clear.
State's doing this
Well,
year. They
Iowa
lost
State's a
to
bunch
Iowa.
of
They lost to Ohio by 3.
bad loss.
Yeah.
But
Beat Oklahoma State. Lost
That's
to
a quality
Oklahoma.
win.
Beat TCU and then beat Cincinnati this weekend.
Cincinnati.
Play Baylor upcoming, which is a bad team. So they might,
Should be a
you know,
win.
There was a
they might reel some
real
wins off
moment
here.
though when people thought he was going to coach the
I
Bears.
want a
Like, he was
recruiter.
in contention for the Bears job.
He was the
Pat
hottest
Fitzgerald was
coach
in
in the
contention
country.
for the Packers job.
Who was?
Pat Fitzgerald should have left for the Packers job.
Do you want Pat Fitzgerald, Evan?
Yeah.
I honestly would take Pat Fitzgerald.
Oh, come on.
Don't think our board would take him after what happened.
Triple option.
Yeah, you want the worst offense in the Big Ten? I mean,
He's
already
so
has.
gross.
Offense. Matt Campbell is going to bring a bad offense. Oh, speak of somebody that could have a good offense.
Urban Meyer.
Brian Hartline
Urban Meyer.
Mm.
With Brian Hartline as
Brian
his OC. That's what we agreed
or Sean Lewis.
on.
Good
No,
offense.
but his team would not be good
Why?
because he's not
Anybody
a
that we
head
hire
coach.
is not going to have a good team for the next 5 to 8 years. So who gives a shit?
5
How-
to 8
I
years, Urban Meyer would have a good
Yes.
team before 5
Urban
to 8
Meyer's
years.
not coming. Get that out of your head. He's not coming.
Can't,
It's over.
I can't until someone
No.
firmly says it's out.
Everyone thought we were
Alex
going to get Luke Fickell, a known good football
had
coach.
Luke
and we were
Fickell.
left with a.
We had
We
him,
didn't.
and the board f***ed it
didn't.
all up. Yes, he came to East Lansing to sign his papers.
Okay, Alex.
It's
Okay,
that
Alex.
is that is
Doing this-
Go
confirmed.
look up the board. Go look at who was on the board 3 years ago, and then go look at the board who's now. I bet you it's the
Yeah,
same
it's-
board
That's
now.
a lot of work.
It's like an 85% of the same.
Oh.
Yes.
That's all I need to hear.
You guys are doing this to
So I'm
stall
just saying,
about
yeah.
talking about the game. I know what you're doing. You're trying to get out of talking about the game, and I won't let it happen.
Did they
No,
play
the
this
game's
weekend?
at the end of the month. It's the end of November. Grant, come on.
Is this the lowest loss?
No.
Or no?
Yes.
Ever?
Well, okay, compare losses. Compare losses.
We did this We did it with Iowa, didn't we?
This is
Iowa
worse
wasn't
than
as
Indiana
bad.
game,
This isn't as bad
Illinois
because
game, D'Antonio.
one person is 100% accountable for this loss. One guy is.
Ross Ells.
One stupid human being is responsible for this loss.
Ross Ells.
This is what I wanted. You
And
know, how much
people are
money
going to
he
say
makes?
that, oh, look at the players didn't execute. No, but you have to trust
You
your
put
coaching
your
staff to
players
put
in a
people
terrible
in position to
position.
succeed. And he is simply not doing that.
The punt drop was definitely the player's fault.
No,
That
it was not his fault.
They
It
had an
was not
illegal
the player's
formation
fault
to
because
play
an
before
illegal
that,
formation
Matt.
before that. Because we have to do this clapping
True.
bullshit.
Sixth
beforehand.
illegal formation of the year.
Line
I
up,
did-
get set,
Like
snap
start-
the ball.
Like starting the podcast.
He is so bad.
Ross Ells makes $575,000. I have a question for you guys.
He should legitimately never have a job in any sport ever again. There's no
Is
way
Ross Ells-
he can have a job.
I visibly saw him at practice verbally abusing players and screaming at other coaches. I instantly knew this guy was a douchebag.
He honestly should get fired this week. He should. He should.
Yeah, and Alex, you're yelling at me for Harlan Barnett can't fire anybody.
He can't fire everyone, is what you said, but he can fire Ross Ells.
He can fire Ross Ells.
Yeah,
There's going to be
He can do
FYI,
that.
Grant, there's going to be a poster or a bed sheet walking around East Lansing on Friday and Saturday that's saying "Fire Ross Ells." Somebody that you know might be holding that.
You're not going to do that. It's a lot of effort.
You don't think I would?
Two questions
That's
for
funny.
you. Is Ross Ells
He's a piece of
the
shit. Yes.
highest paid human in the United States that's the worst at his job?
I'm
Joe
sure there's
Biden.
probably someone worse. Yeah, maybe.
Wait.
Joe Biden. That's probably the best answer you could have given. You have to cut that.
Okay, second
Not
worst.
political.
Grant, second worst. Second worst.
Second worst.
No, I'm leaving that in. That's funny.
It's probably true.
Ross Ells probably makes
Um,
more than Joe Biden, to be honest. So
but
he is.
that's
I
what I
don't
was
think the
thinking.
president makes
Like-
that much.
But they get it in
I mean,
they get speaking deals later.
they don't
But,
pay
like,
for
Can't you
upfront
look up like who
cash.
makes the most money in the state of Michigan? Because we're public funded.
Gretchen.
I don't think she
Who
would.
makes
No, it's probably like Jim
the
Harbaugh.
most
Mel Tucker
money
probably still
in
rolling it.
the
It's actually
Probably
Mel Tucker.
the answer is Mel Tucker.
state
It's
of
actually
Michigan?
Mel Tucker until Jim's contract.
Might be the
Um,
highest paid employee in the state.
There might be a hedge
I
fund
don't
manager
want- I
out
don't
there
want
like
highest paid
that runs a
jobs. I want
Ponzi
highest
scheme
paid
that's
people.
worse, but Ross Ells has to be up there of like least competent
How do I
people
find
making
this?
the most money.
publicly known salaries.
How do I know this? What do I type in? What do I need to type in?
It has to be like government
Highest-
officials or like public knowledge.
Highest paid employee in Michigan.
I don't think that's going to come up. Because
Alan Haller makes $800,000. So there's that.
I think he earned
Oh,
it.
Izzo makes 6.2.
Yeah, Izzo's goated. He can make 12.2
Yeah, it's Mel
and I
Tucker.
wouldn't
He
care.
makes $9.5 million of a public employee.
Well, the answer is him.
Yep.
Where's
Jim
Ross Ells on
Harbaugh's
this list?
too?
Evan, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Before Grant
Ooh,
asks his
I love
next question.
questions.
If Mel Tucker was the coach through all this and the incident never happened, what's our record?
Probably the same, to be honest.
You don't think like the coaching is a little better with him, at least at the helm?
We might have won the
I-
Iowa game, but he also employed these people on his coaching staff that he trusted to do their job, and I don't think anything will change in the
I feel
Rutgers
like
game.
we win that Rutgers game. I don't
I
think
feel
Mel's
like we
lining up
win
for
the- I think
outside
it's-
kick formation with 9 minutes left.
I think it's
It's a
reversed.
3-point game. This is the most bad. I even said it before the snap. I was staring at the TV. I was like, "What?" Because we did it before that. We did it the
Yep.
fucking time before that. I was like, "There's no way they go out an onside kick formation again." Up 3 points with 9 minutes left.
Dude, I
And these
felt like
clowns are out there doing that. And I'm like, "There's no
Grant,
way."
insert the John L. Smith clip of the players are playing their heart out and all the coaches are screwing it up. That's how it is.
Dude, it was
Oh my God.
since we started this podcast, we've learned how bad coaches are. It feels like,
Ross Ells is making Jay Johnson look a good coach.
we pay more attention. Coaches, I don't know how you can do
Just so
that.
stupid.
So I thought Mario Cristobal's last week was bad,
Yeah.
and then I watched
Still
Michigan
worse.
State's fourth quarter this week, and I was like, holy! All coaches are bad. They're just not good.
This is a nerdy.
Alex-
This is a nerdy take, but I do think these old bags that never played Madden growing up, I think it hurts you a little bit because you learn so much strategy from just playing NFL.
I'm telling
and
you
college
right
video
now,
games. Like It's pretty easy.
If the three of us are the only, so if the fourth quarter
Special
started,
teams only.
if the fourth quarter
Yeah.
started, it's 24-6, and it was just the three of us have to coach the rest of that game. I think we win.
Yeah.
I think we win.
If
100%.
one of us told the other two people, like, hey, we should line up an onside kick,
No.
the other two people are like, what the fuck are you doing? No.
No. I'm telling you, the three of us trot out there for the fourth quarter up 24-6. We find a way for that team to win. We did.
We win 31-13 for sure.
24-6.
We win
24
that
to
game.
6. Start of
would
the fourth quarter. They score, and
Not to
they had the ball
mention,
last 7
Rutgers
minutes.
ran the ball out the last 7 minutes.
Last 7 minutes.
That's great.
It's disgusting. It's the worst loss I've ever been a part of.
Oh yeah, that's the question. In
If
any
you put like
sport or in
somebody
football.
else, if you put somebody else on like other than Rutgers, I think it makes it a little bit better. But it's Rutgers.
Here's a question.
Buckers, we call them.
Right.
Yeah.
I learned-
Iowa basketball lost last year or this loss?
Ooh, Iowa basketball loss was probably way worse.
That one hurts.
That one hurt.
That was hated me.
Oh my
That one
god.
hurt so bad because I couldn't
one hurt.
expose my frustration because I was at my grandparents' house, so I couldn't like do anything about it.
I was with 3 Michigan fans.
I just put my phone down after this Rutgers loss,
And
and
cheers to Alex. Congrats on the victory.
Well, I mean, yeah. In terms of football losses, I'm trying to think if there's a worse one.
Well, the ones would
the
be
Northwestern,
Daytonians, Illinois
the
loss.
Northwestern loss,
Illinois
that
lost.
we
I was
lost by
rooting
like
for us to lose that game.
we lost by like
Indiana last year's
45.
bowl eligibility.
This was worse than that.
That was
last year.
special teams again. Special teams again.
I don't know.
I
He
don't
missed
know
a
how he has a
22-yard
job.
field goal twice in that
I don't
game.
know how he has a job.
Two questions.
Unbelievable.
They're
loss.
hyperbole, like worst. Is Michigan State's special teams unit the worst unit in all of college football?
No, because we can make field goals.
It's the
That's a
worst
good
in the Big
point.
Ten.
Like we're actually good at making field goals, which is kind of weird. Not used to that.
The second one is no offense to the guy. I'm sure he's a nice man. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm sure. I have no idea. But speaking of coaching, is this the worst interim coach resume stretch of all time?
Yes.
I
I
mean,
think it might be.
I'm sure there is probably a lot of bad interim head coach resumes.
Dude, he has
but
to have a
Heller
Twitter
said
account.
publicly 2 weeks ago that Barnett's not interviewing for the head coaching job, so that's how you know it's really bad.
Coach
he-
Ross Ells.
Doesn't even get an interview.
He's a Twitter account.
Was Mark D on the sidelines for this game, or
Didn't
did
see
he like,
him.
stop traveling?
He might have quit on the team. Honestly,
No, he was there. He was,
Was
all
he?
bundled up. I saw him. Yep.
Oh man, that's so
Coach
miserable. I can't
Actually,
believe he's doing
underscore
that.
I don't want to
MSU.
be it's by no
Grant,
means.
sorry, I'm tweeting something on her account.
By no means Mark's
it's all right.
fault, but like
You're tweeting that. I'm nervous. You're all worked up, saying something you'll regret.
I
I'm
want
not going to regret
I want
this.
your guys' answer for this. I know Mark was there. Don't you think when he saw the onside kick formation twice that he could have said something? Like, there's no way he's that
They
dumb.
don't give him enough power. He
I don't
should be
think-
the interim
I don't
head
think he
coach.
wants to. I don't think he wants
I
to
don't
do
think
it.
he does.
He didn't want to be like, he put Bryce saw. He's like, yeah, let these go down. Doesn't care about us anymore.
I posted.
I don't know about that, but he just doesn't like.
Why would he care though?
And he tagged him.
Tagged Ross Ells? Did you really?
Yes.
Oh,
That'll get some likes.
I just got one retweet
That's
from
me.
Evan.
He hasn't liked a tweet since May. It was a Dave Portnoy tweet
Really?
that says, "Find me a better city," and I can't tell what city it is. Looks like Chicago.
That's so random. Oh, my two. They're not ECU, but are we for sure? Like, we can all agree that if Michigan State were to play James Madison or Air Force on a neutral field, that they'd lose.
They'd
We'd
lose the
probably
Air
lose to James
Force.
Madison.
Yeah,
Those are the two that
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
that caught
Do you
my
think
eye.
Rutgers
Air Force
would lose to
win?
both of those teams?
Yeah,
Do you think Iowa would?
but Iowa.
Because we should have beat both
I
of
don't know.
those teams.
I can't figure out
Hmm.
Iowa for the
Like,
life.
there's
Air
an
Force in
actual
cover.
world,
What?
Brad,
They're 6-0. Air Force is
that
6-0.
we should be 4-2.
I
We actually,
like living in that world, I guess.
should be 4-2.
Grant, if us three are coaching, we're 4-2.
That feels good.
If we just
That's
had
a
to do
win for the
Harlan
podcast.
Barnett's job, As of the three of us, yeah, I think we would
I
be
also
4-2.
learned on Saturday that Greg Schiano is just a
And one of
more
us coaches
proven
special.
Tom Allen.
Yeah, he's not.
All
a
he does
good
is
coach.
yell on the sideline. All he does is yell on the sideline.
Mm.
This is lucky he won in 2007 when he had Ray Rice.
They were just as undisciplined as us.
Yes.
And I didn't think that was possible. And it was hilarious. It was the most
We had 2
bananas-
turnovers, and then in a
half
span of
I've
5
ever
minutes,
seen.
they had 3.
We were also up 24-6
It was-
with 8 minutes left, and with 4 minutes left, we were losing.
It was so mean that Alex was like, "Please don't text about the game" when I was watching it on replay because I just wanted to like say all my thoughts of how crazy the game it was.
I think
and
I
was
spoke
like,
for
"Nope, can't
both
do
of
it."
us when I said that, because there's no way Evan wanted to see your text about it either.
Evan went 0 dark 30.
I didn't need to talk to anybody. I put my phone down for a while. I was happy to watch the
How'd Hunter
Washington
feel?
game. I think we both laughed, and I was super pissed off that I just like chucked my phone into the couch and like didn't look at it for a while.
I FaceTimed
That's what
the
I'm talking
517 crew, and Cody answered first, and we both just looked at each other and started laughing immediately. It's just one of those games.
I never got the notification, so I was
Really?
not going to answer it.
All 4 of us were in there. Wyatt was taking customer service calls
What time was this at?
like 10 minutes after the game.
3
Oh yeah,
2:50, 3 p.m. I was walking
My
around
connection's
Meyer.
so bad out where I live that I did not get that.
My last question for Michigan State, then we'll move on, was via Graham Couch. I thought it was an interesting juxtaposition of 2 college football programs. So he tweeted out, "Would you rather be MSU feeling low before a transition period or Maryland, which is likely never going to get over the hump with Loxley and is probably bound for
Easy
purgatory
answer.
for another 5 years before it realizes
Easy
it?"
answer. It's Michigan State. I actually thought about this before he tweeted that. I was thinking, I was like,
Really?
would I rather be this
Look at you.
poop program right now, knowing that we've had actual success before and we could get back to it, or be Maryland, who just will never be good? They'll never be good ever. Because someone at work was talking to me that was
Their
from
8-4
Maryland.
program always
He's
have
like,
been,
yeah,
always
they'll
will
never
be.
be good. And I was like, yeah, it's a great point.
They don't have fan support. Like their fans don't fill out their
So
stadium.
no, yeah, I would much rather be Michigan State.
Yeah, it's probably the easy answer.
It's a very easy answer. Despite
It is.
the lowness of right now, I mean, it's still a top 25 program, so
Fucking
it could be
disgusting.
way worse.
Yeah. And it's a big transition period coming up because if you fumble this, then it really like.
And
is
a
an
lot of
actual debate. It's
programs
top
go
25.
through lows. Maybe
USC?
it doesn't feel like
USC was low.
for a while too.
USC was very low. Tennessee was very
Clay
low.
Helton years.
Oh my
I mean,
god,
even
ticket
Michigan
prices
was
are
low
dropping
for a
now.
while.
Florida State was low. They were like fumbling.
Florida
State was
over,
terrible.
Willie
hired
Taggart.
Deion-
Willie
they
Taggart
wouldn't
there.
hire Deion
Barnett.
Sanders.
Barnett was the defensive
Defensive
coordinator.
coordinator. So yeah, no, I would much.
Texas.
I think Michigan State
Charlie
will
Strong.
at some point come out on the other side of this. Just got to get through the rest of this year
Yep. By not watching.
by
That's
selling
awesome.
our soul for a Michigan State basketball national championship, which is what we've done.
If that's what it
Hell
takes, then I guess I'm worth it. But
Yeah, that's a question.
what it takes.
Final
I
question.
think it's literally going to be
Is
what
it
we've
worth
all
it?
been fighting each other for like the last like 4 years is can you live with Michigan winning a football national championship and
Michigan State winning basketball.
This best one. I think
Both
this literally what's going to
schools,
happen.
both schools win the
Yes.
national championship this year in the other in the
And
sports.
I said, I
And the Lions
said
win
no.
the Super Bowl.
I said no.
Oh,
You
I
know what
said
the
no to
conversation will
Michigan
be?
State won.
You know what the conversation will be? Oh, it's harder to win in football. Oh, it's harder to win in basketball. That is what our fan base
But
is
who
worried
would-
about. The
who would
losers
care?
That's what the losers would care about. It would be.
You'd just be so miserable if people like went to that debate after both schools won.
I'm telling you, that's what would happen.
Dude, I would be the biggest Michigan State basketball fan if Michigan won the title. I wouldn't care. I simply wouldn't care. I'd float on clouds for a year. I'm just like,
I
yeah,
just
we're
don't
the
know if I
number
can
one team in the
last
country.
that long, though. That's so long from January
We
to
just have to go
April.
January to April, Evan.
But Evan, it's huge for you because it's such a win for Michigan State because it'd be after. So, like, yes, it would
We'll
suck
be,
in
we'll
the
be the
moment.
lasting moment.
Who won
But
most
you'd be the
recently?
last
Yeah, that was
one.
so last year, man. Well, you guys already had your spring game and everything, too, dude. Live in the past some
Yes.
more, Michigan fans.
There you go. Or you could just enjoy your
Evan,
title and not have to worry about them.
Would you rather Michigan State wins
Evan,
out
you-
and makes the bowl game, but Michigan State does not win the national championship in basketball, or they
No,
lose
full
out,
season. No,
lose
I don't give a
70 to
shit.
Michigan, and then
Good.
Michigan wins
We're
the national
already going to lose
championship?
by 70 to Michigan. It doesn't even matter.
National championship for a national championship. Are you in?
Yes, I think I'm going to have to take it right now because I'm at my lowest low of Michigan State football.
No, this isn't the lowest of lows.
No, I am at my personal lowest of low.
This could be the lowest of low. This is really bad. Like, sexual scandal with your coach gone. Interim coach, worst resume, interim coaching ever.
Undisciplined football
Blew a
team.
24-6 lead.
Yeah, but
Just-
the only difference here is there's like a silver lining of like you can get a coach and then be better soon. When the 3-9 year happened with D'Antoni, it was the same thing. It's your best recruiting class ever. A silver lining. You're looking forward to nothing. Everything is the same the next year. And then you go 6-6 and 6-6 back to back years after that. Actually, you go
Why did
10-3.
Peyton Hauser slide on that one scramble? The one time he slid when he wasn't supposed to. Like, we needed a drive and he slid on like second down.
I'm gonna just chalk it up to someone told him to.
Probably Ross Ellis, that stupid piece of shit.
Yeah. The hit list for Jay Johnson. Jay Johnson has moved out of number 1 spot and into the 2 hole.
Do you think Jay
I
is
hope
giving
Ross
some of his
Ellis gets a
salary to
flat tire on
Ross
the way to work tomorrow.
to make him look better?
I hope his coffee tastes bad in the morning too.
Ross Ellis did something that I didn't think was possible.
mild.
We got to a podcast this week where Evan did not curse Jay Johnson's name.
With the circumstances of Jay Johnson, he actually did what I wanted him to do. Had 2 weeks off, scored on his first drive, came back out of halftime, scored on his first drive of the second half.
That's
But
all Evan
When
asked.
we needed him the most, we had 2 3-and-outs.
Jay was smashing that inside zone button on that game.
The outside,
every
okay,
play.
the outside zone out of pistol. I
Doesn't
watched it the
work.
first time, it didn't work, and then he ran
Yeah,
it like
such a
7
bad
more times
play.
in the game. Stupid piece of shit.
Not to keep going, but I have to just say the tunnel screen is so dead. We cannot run that anymore. It never works.
It died when
Even if we
died when Connor
complete
Hayward
it,
graduated.
they catch it and get tackled for a 2-yard gain on 3rd and 8.
Matt Millen sucks at his job too.
No, Evan.
Speak
Our
of pieces
offensive
of
line
shit.
is really good.
No, it's not.
Watch it
He
on
said
low
Michigan
volume
State
like
is
I did.
really
It was
good.
great.
He said multiple
he's
times that Michigan State is a good team and that they're
He
just
pumps up everybody.
a couple
I'm sure he's
penalties
gonna,
away from being really good.
I'm sure he's going to say that about Northwestern next weekend. You see the Big Ten slate next weekend? This was some barn burners.
Yeah, and there's 2 games that matter and the rest don't.
Rutgers and Indiana and
are the two that
Northwestern
matter?
and Nebraska are the Big Ten.
The 3
network
best
games
teams in the Big Ten, their games matter and the rest of the teams don't matter.
I don't think Drew
And
Aller
Iowa's
can beat
winning
Michigan.
the West again.
Drew Aller
Yeah,
can't
Iowa's
beat
for sure
Michigan.
winning the West.
It's over. It's
Who can't
fucking
beat Michigan?
sucks. Drew Aller. He can't
Drew
beat
Aller.
Michigan. He can't do it. There's no way in hell he can do it at home.
Kate
So that's
Nassar, they
West
could.
Virginia.
Let's get into the Michigan versus the Fighting
We
Hoosiers.
honestly
Grant-
don't need to talk about
Grant,
this game.
hand up.
I don't have a ton
Grant,
to
hand
say,
up.
but
Okay, so just flipping it through all the college football games. Noon slate. Got to watch the Indiana game. The Indiana's touchdown play. Stood up and cheered for
yeah,
it.
it was sick.
Stood
It
up
was
and
sick.
cheered for it.
It was a trick play. It was sick.
Turned up
I
and
did-
cheered. Went back over. It was tied 7-7. And then Indiana was at like the midfield, and it was like 4th and 1, 4th and 2. And he punted. I was like, "You're a coward." I was like, "Breaking news! It's gonna be 14-7." Flip back over
I'm
Michigan
honestly
State.
surprised that you cheer for Indiana because I'm pretty sure you hate Tom Allen more than you hate Michigan.
Tom Allen
It was a cool
sucks.
trick play.
He's and then next thing I know, it was 21-7 at halftime. I was like, "Well, this game's over."
How about 8 straight scoring
Indiana-
positions? That's what happened.
Indiana
Eight straight.
dominated the first quarter, so you give them credit there.
Eight straight.
straight scoring possessions by Michigan.
All I have
Michigan
is
State hasn't even had
I
8
saw-
scoring possessions last month.
Correct.
I bookmarked 3 tweets that I think really illuminate this Michigan.
We have 3 since we have 4. 4 in the last month.
Dude,
5 of you
going to
include
be
Cal Halliday's
it's
boogeyman touchdown.
it's literally going to be the Washington game. It's going to be Washington 2.0 next weekend.
Evan's doing
It's gonna be
his
so
classic
depressing.
week by week. He just gets stuck in his rabbit hole.
I bookmarked 3 tweets that I think just illuminate the dominance of this Michigan team. That in the third quarter of this year, Michigan has outscored their opponent 93-0 through their games, which is bananas.
So you're telling me I have to watch until
And
the third
then-
quarter this weekend?
No.
Third
You
quarter.
won't have to watch that far this
It's
week.
going to be
Kevin.
21-10. It's going to be 21-10. Michigan State's get the ball to start
Yeah.
the
I'm
third
actually-
quarter and be like, dude, there's a
That
chance.
feels right.
I'm piissed if Michigan
21
plays
points.
like shit for a half. I'm going to be mad. Like you
They will.
blow us out the water right out of the gates because I can't handle anything else.
Yeah, rip the Band-Aid
This
off.
is
Bury us already.
another crazy stat from Adam Rittenberg from ESPN Stats and Info. The Wolverines are the first team in the AP poll era since 1936 to score 30 or more points and allow 10 or fewer points in each of its first 7 games of a season.
I saw that stat.
1936. You start throwing around 1936, my ears get
Football.
They haven't played anyone amazing.
Football doesn't
but
count.
Crazy.
Michigan State's their best opponent so
then-
far. That's his
Another one is Michigan has not faced a first and goal play yet. No one has gotten a first and goal on them.
This was
Well,
just like
you know
that.
what's happening Saturday night. You know
Grant, this is 2015. Grant, this is 2015. Michigan's defense didn't allow a red zone possession before the Michigan State game.
You know what's going to happen.
Is it really?
Everybody
It's a
knows.
great callback, Evan. I did not remember that.
Everybody
Oh wait,
knows.
so 2016 with Jabril.
20, the
It's gotta be
trouble with
16.
the snap year,
Oh.
15 year. That defense
actually,
didn't
so that's
allow a
15.
red zone possession
Wow.
until the Michigan State game.
Everybody knows what's going to happen the first possession of the game if Michigan State gets the ball first. Everyone knows.
Trick play.
It's going to be a trick play. You're going to get all the way.
flicker?
Probably score. Probably go up 7-0, and then it'll be the exact
Yeah.
same game as the D'Antonio final game. It's going to be exactly like that. Murder.
Another crazy outcome from this game is McCarthy has moved up to second in Heisman betting.
I
odds
saw
right
that
now,
today.
which I was a little surprised by that he's really up to second.
But I
after
saw
what
a bunch
transpired.
of like voters
Rob
that like
Bauer's
put
good.
their top 3 every week or after each week. They put their current top 3 for the Heisman. I didn't see a single one with JJ in it,
Huh.
which is
He's
weird.
been voting
Which
odds.
is weird.
He's-
I was a little surprised.
I'm surprised he'd be second, but I guess after Caleb Williams drops out, you just bump people up. But he wasn't like third going into this week. He did have a nice game.
I don't think the Heisman race is going to matter until you see what teams lose. Like it's really not. It's the award
Yeah.
is the
It's a
quarterback on the best
QB.
team. That's who wins.
Or one of the best teams in the country. Yeah, makes the playoff.
Pretty much.
Quarterback makes the playoff.
Unless there's like a
um
Devontae Smith type of player, which there is, I guess. If Marvin Harrison, if they like went 12-0, he could win. So
I will say this though. JJ fumbled twice. He didn't lose either of them.
hand
but
up.
It was a little
If
bit
Evans
sloppy
admitted
to play
something,
in
I
this
need to
game.
admit something. When he
Hmm.
fumbled, I texted Evan and Cody and said, "Fumble boy." I did.
Yep. I read it.
Hand up. I did.
He fumbled
And
twice.
I followed that up with Michigan looks like shit. But that was the first quarter.
They did.
And they did.
in the first quarter.
And no one said anything else in that chat again.
I think though, I mean, this may have already been like obvious, but I think watching his play with Colston Loveland, he's so different than just a game manager for this program. Like he does make plays a lot out of rhythm, and I think that's something Michigan hasn't had in a long time. Shea Patterson could kind of do that, but it was like more disaster.
Patterson, what a callback.
But he could get out of the pocket and make a play. JJ is like almost better sometimes when things break down, which I would like him, but he's good on rhythm too. But overall, it was a good game. I will say the two things that I was a little concerned about was Indiana had 2 sacks early and they had a sack later. So you just shouldn't be giving up sacks to Indiana, in my
You won't
opinion.
next week.
Yeah, don't worry. We don't have a pass rush.
Good to know. And then with Donovan Edwards, it's still not clicking.
Yeah.
Really. It didn't change the whole
I
game.
think the panic button could be hit. You could hit it for him.
It's
Like-
like Blake Corum senior year. They're just giving him all the highlight.
Like Donovan Edwards.
Look what he did after
is-
the injury.
If you had to put a percentage on him coming back to Michigan next year versus playing
He's going pro.
or going to a different team, what are the odds?
Alabama needs a running back.
Like his stock
90%.
isn't good.
90% pro
His draft
because of
stock's
what
not
he did
good.
last year. But I think people see the
They're going to take him in the top
intangibles
4
in his-
round because it's not worth it to leave if not.
Yeah, I think he could go to the top 4.
Really, you need to go top 2 rounds.
I don't know about that. Maybe they do convince him to come back. I mean, I think he likes there. I don't know. I don't know
Does
what
he
that
want
kid
to come
thinks,
back
but
to Michigan without JJ though?
the problem that I really identified as I was watching is I don't think power scheme running is the best
He's
for
dumb.
him.
He would look great
He's
in
dumb.
scarlet and gray.
He actually would fit really well with
Yeah.
them.
Crimson
like,
red.
because the way he runs is like he stutter steps through the hole, and I watched
He's
it
got Joe
multiple
Dawson
times.
done.
Like our fullback would lead through the hole, and he like when you watch Corum follow the fullback, it's so much different than how Donovan Edwards follows the fullback. It's night and day, and it's just costing him seconds. And then these linebackers can come in from the side and tackle him, and he's also not breaking tackles like he did last year. Even if he did miss the read last year, he broke at least one tackle. Like think of the Purdue run in the Big Ten championship game. He got hit in the backfield and broke like 3 tackles and scored. Something's weird. He's not doing that this year, and I don't know what it is. I don't think he is.
I think he is.
You like mentally? You think he's checked out?
I mean, I think if coaches are like telling the broadcasters in the pregame meetings every week that they're like trying to pump up Donovan Edwards, I think he is upset with how it's going. I like honestly think like he doesn't care. I mean, I'm sure he cares and like wants to win when the game starts, but I don't think he's like all in by any means. I think he's probably a little upset that he probably thought at this point in his career that he would be the guy. And these are so. Kids.
But he was.
You're a highly ranked recruit, and you just had a great end to the season before where you made the playoff. You're fully expecting to be like that dude. And then you're watching Corum still get the bulk. It's probably tough for a kid. I mean, he's being soft. He should put the team in front, but, whatever.
I mean, receiving wise, he's still a threat. Like he also
still a good player,
at least once a game in the receiving. As far as Michigan fans, like I know people keep wanting him to get involved, but I'll speak for myself. I don't really care. Like it's like to your point, I don't care about individual stats. I'm just trying to win a championship, and if Blake Corum's your best bet, feed him 25 times. I do not give a shit. I just want to win.
I don't care.
Like I don't care who it is.
What line does anything on the Lions if we win? I do not give a
Laporta. I need Laporta to look good.
I was thinking today, I was like, in my head, I was like, I need J-Mo to be more involved. And I was like, you know what? I actually don't care. I just want to win.
No, I did.
And then he got involved.
Should we talk about that game?
Do you have anything else to add?
The Lions are 5-1, third of the way through the season.
The Lions are 5-1, and I just want to remind people,
this might be
after the Seattle loss, everyone crying about it. You guys are soft losers.
You're a little soft loser.
I'm talking to you, Evan. I'm talking to Wyatt. And I'm talking to Cody. You guys acted like the season was over at 1-1. Double-digit win every week since then.
Alex, picture this. Just picture this, please.
I love how you said that.
It's January. Cold January day, finally in Texas.
Yep. 50.
You're getting ready for a playoff weekend in the NFL. Lions finally host a playoff game. Winners of the NFC North. Kickoff is set. We'll be the 4 o'clock game. 4:25.
3 p.m. Central.
Sure. On Fox. Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olsen on the call. Lines running out of the tunnel. Absolutely packed. Bonkers. And the team that is running out of the tunnel as the away team, it's none other led by Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
Actually, that's a really good chance that happens.
It's a very good chance that it happens. Matthew Stafford's first playoff game at Ford Field is wearing the Rams uniform.
We would pick off Stafford 3 times and one would be for a
crib
call.
I think he would fucking carve us up.
I would be
no chance.
I'd be worried about Cooper Kupp. I would be.
I think you'd carve our holes apart.
No, we have Camp Sutton. Good.
Respectfully,
I don't know.
He's a great
right
guy.
now. What are the standings right now?
The emotions of that game alone would be bananas.
I don't know who I'd cheer for.
Oh, Evan. That's
Evan.
That is not true.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You're right, Matthew Stafford. That's my quarterback.
Stop, Evan. Don't
he's
lie.
a Super Bowl winner.
He asked out.
You guys want to know what would happen if the season ended today and who would play?
Yeah, I love it. Even though it doesn't matter one bit. But yes.
So one gets a bye, right?
Yep. One gets a bye, 2 or 7.
Your Detroit Lions would be the 3 seed, and they would be hosting a playoff game against Evan's Dallas Cowboys.
Oh my God, dude.
Wait a second. I'm looking at the box score from this Tampa Bay game. This cannot be right. Is this really what happened today?
Did you watch the game?
Because I had 2 guys. that I thought, well, 3, 2 on offense, 1 on defense, who I thought this game belonged to. Like this was if you look back on the season, you're like, oh, how'd they win? He was one. This is the Amon-Ra game for sure. But we only ran the ball. We ran the ball 22 times for 40 yards, 1.8 a carry.
Yeah, every time Greg Reynolds touched it, Granite went for nothing.
Yeah, that's why we threw the ball.
I didn't realize it was. I did not.
Jared Goff threw for over 300.
I did not realize it was that bad running the football. I did not.
We couldn't run it. We abandoned the run.
I could have thought though Montgomery would get 3 to 5 yards a carry. He was 6 for 14 before he got hurt.
Yes. Tampa Bay, we said before that we couldn't run the ball against them.
I know, but it didn't feel watching it that it was that bad. Once Montgomery went down, it did, but that speaks even more. It was Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown. It was their games. Jared Goff went 30 of 44 for 353 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That
My
is
quarterback.
Elite.
Evan, who does Dallas play tomorrow?
Dallas plays the Los Angeles Chargers.
If Dallas loses tomorrow, the Lions would be your playoff matchup.
Yep. We have the second best run or scoring differential in the NFC. Second best.
Jared Goff made some nails throws today on third down. Can we talk about third down conversions?
Third
down was automatic today. Automatic.
Josh Reynolds, reliable target. Sam Laporta, one-on-one coverage, pretty reliable. He had 12
Jameson
targets,
Williams
passes, but still
caught a ball that he would never catch. Dropped a ball he should have caught.
I didn't even see Jameson Williams until he caught that first one for that hitch route.
He just looks so uncomfortable catching the ball. He's 2 arms, closed fists, catching it
I think they threw him out there and he's all right, we got to start making plays, and they started chucking
just go deep every play. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. It was a great game to be a part of. The defense played very well. Very well.
Is it time to say the Detroit Lions defense is good, or do we have to talk about the quarterbacks they've played so far?
Talk about the quarterbacks we played so far.
Desmond Ritter. Baker Mayfield.
Oh.
Jordan Love.
Oh no, we're that team, aren't we?
Patrick Mahomes.
We're that team.
Mahomes. Geno Smith.
Carve us up. Geno Smith carves us up.
Patrick Mahomes, Geno Smith, Jordan Love, Bryce Young, Desmond Ritter, and Baker Mayfield. Not good.
We play who's on our schedule.
But that's the NFC.
Everybody by.
Can I be pessimistic, Grant, just for a second?
The Chiefs would beat everybody by double digits,
and then back to optimistic, Grant. But no Travis Kelce. Pessimistic, Grant. Baker just missed multiple touchdowns in this game, and we were thinking about this game completely differently. If Bugs doesn't tip that ball because we just blew a coverage to Mike Evans for 90 yards.
He just went and sat down, and then he just ran past him.
I think he was trying to jump that dig route when he wasn't supposed to.
And it was just a go route. He just ran right past him.
Yeah.
Not good.
And Baker missed that Palmer kid twice. Once against Will Harris and once before the half ended. Just wide open for touchdowns. So
yeah, but that's football.
Could have been way different.
Happens. A lot of quarterbacks miss that. One of them. They probably don't miss all of them, but they probably miss one.
But big boy season, they don't. They hit those. Matthew Stafford hits those balls.
Stafford hits those.
Matthew Stafford hits those.
I don't know if Hurts hits them. I don't know if Brock Purdy hits them.
AJ Brown. Brock Purdy
hit one bad game. The field was
shit today. Looked like shit today.
Browns defense is pretty good.
The throw on 3rd and 11, Detroit on the Detroit 43, Jared Goff to Khalif Raymond for 12 yards to get the first down that led to the JMO touchdown. Yes. That's just absurd football play to Khalif Raymond for 12 yards on 3rd.
Sit in the zone. I'm going to throw a rifle in between the linebackers. Here you go.
Jared Goff makes some impressive throws. It doesn't look pretty when he get his arm angles and such. It doesn't look as cool as a Stafford or Mahomes, but he made some.
Or Penix.
He made some throws today.
It was awesome.
Yeah, better than JJ. But Jared is proving why he was the number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
He's a winner.
I forget who said it.
And people didn't want him.
I forget.
And you don't have his jersey anymore.
Well, I think I'm going to get a white one. I like the white better.
You had a white one.
Nice.
I had a blue one.
Yeah.
I had a blue one of it.
Are you sure?
I mean, that's a miss on you.
Swear to God, you had a white one.
No one has a white one. I'll be getting my Jared Goff one. I'm going to get a White.
White Roy Williams one. I don't know who it was, so I don't know who to give credit to, but they were talking about quarterbacks on a podcast I was listening to, and they were like talking about, I think it was PFT was talking about Sam Howell, and he was like, he's not the guy, but he's my guy. Like, I want him to win. Like, the difference in quarterbacks, like, I know he's not the guy, but he's my guy. And I feel like a long time Jared Goff was yours, Alex. Like, we're like, oh, he's my guy. Like, I'll die for him. He's playing like the guy now. Like, objectively, like, if you play him on any team, they're like, this is a dude. Not like, oh, he's my guy.
Feels for me. Feels great.
Like, he's the guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's not like, oh, I like his personality. He's a good guy. He's my guy. I'll root for him. He's just the guy now.
The second best quarterback in the NFC.
He might be the best quarterback, but that's fine.
Honestly, I'm comfortable saying he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
No, he's second best.
No.
Yeah.
Him or Purdy for 2.
Hurts, is he really as a quarterback better?
Yes.
System.
Yeah, because of the running. Like,
he's won MVP, Alex. Jared Goff hasn't.
Lamar has 2, Evan, and Jared's better than him.
You use that same argument against me.
I will say though that Jalen Hurts didn't have to have a Wasika start as left guard and lose his best running back in this game and still go into Tampa Bay and win.
Jalen Hurts also has the best offensive line. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
We have a
Jared is slinging it to Josh Reynolds and Khalif Raymond.
I think you're forgetting how good Amon
and also
is.
Oh, no, I know. I texted Grant today and said, I am eternally grateful that every team passed on him.
And Josh Reynolds.
I love Josh Reynolds.
Not passed on, but Josh Reynolds is so good.
I said so it like week 2 that he was super underrated. He catches everything. The Lions are good. They're just that good.
It's also not Jameson's fault that every other receiver has like glue hands. So when he does drop it, it looks even worse.
He can't. He actually can't catch. Like, he can't.
No, that one that he dropped was not. I know they said he has to catch it.
You do.
That was a.
You guys,
but it was a worse drop. Laporta had a worse one.
Yeah, Laporta had 2 drops today. I was disappointed in him.
The one with the linebacker in his face,
that was not his fault.
He should have lost the Latte, David.
No.
I firmly expect him to make that.
He punched it out.
He needs to make that.
You're high on drugs. You're high on drugs.
He also dropped a slant route, so I was upset about it. Because I know Laporta was talking mad shit to Lavonte David, and then he had 2 drops, and it was pissing me off.
Wasn't.
Was he actually talking? Sam doesn't talk crap.
Are you serious?
Sam Laporta does not.
Laporta runs his mouth every game.
No, I think he's like Andrew Luck.
No.
Good job. Good tackle.
Laporta runs his mouth a lot.
No,
yes,
I
he does.
Believe that. He's too wholesome.
1,000%. Watch his combine interview with the Lions. He runs his mouth. I guarantee it.
Laporta and Jack Campbell do not talk when they play football. They just play.
Doesn't talk to other players. He probably talks to himself because he's a weird guy.
Yes.
Campbell is like Andrew Luck. Laporta talks shit, and I know it. He does.
Are we the best team in the NFC?
No.
Second.
The 49ers.
Once again, we did not have a pass rush today.
The pass rush was not that.
It was non-existent.
No sacks, but we affected Baker a lot.
Once again, Evan, like, we're talking about like 7 sacks like back-to-back weeks. That's weeks before
that was a sack.
Everyone else can go.
We were causing pressure to Baker. Like, Baker got hit multiple times. Baker was limping at the end.
No, she faced a better quarterback in that. Those
bloodied his finger.
Those times you don't get a
Evan, I just said to you, though, how many better quarterbacks are we going to face?
Lamar next week.
Play throwing quarterback, Grant.
Lamar throws better than Baker after what I saw today. Baker could not hit a deep
Lamar's
ball to save his life.
so it doesn't even matter.
It's a big game for Evan.
Big game.
Lions are going to win.
I almost hope the Ravens win.
I don't. Fox. But yeah, it's America's game of the week.
Chargers. We play the Chargers, Alex.
Yeah, I think we'll lose that game. I've said that since the
Justin
beginning.
Herbert, very good at football. That's about it. We don't really play any other good quarterbacks.
5-1. We're talking about.
We don't play any good quarterbacks the rest of the year.
We're talking about winning the NFC here. You're going to run into a Hurts or a Purdy.
The 1 seed? We need the 1 seed. A 1 seed would change.
Other than that,
lives.
the quarterbacks are not anything to be afraid of.
A 1 seed would change.
We played the Vikings twice. We played the Bears twice.
Stafford is a quarterback that you could be afraid of. I'll give you that. He can actually sling.
I don't know. He's going to throw at least.
He
two
will.
picks.
He will.
I know it's happening.
Yes, he will do that.
100%. Kirby Joseph is going to become his new Aaron Rodgers. Like he's just going to pick off.
I still don't know if Kirby Joseph is good or not. I'm pretty sure he blows a lot of coverages, makes up for it.
No, the end of the game there, he was all over the place when we were at the final.
Tracy
draft.
Walker, I have one gripe about him. He lays the boom, but he does not need to talk shit every time because some of the times he would destroy Goblin after a first down and he's still talking shit. Like he's.
You can't tell me that you want more Majid in the Michigan State game, but
Majid wasn't giving up plays though. Majid was just balling.
Yes, he was. Balling. He got absolutely no. Majid got cooked.
He's 5'5".
I was like, who is this guy?
Not fair.
Evan's text just saying, "Who's up Majid?"
Kind of balled out for a stretch there. He had a high motor. Tracy Walker hits hard though.
I don't know. I'm all over the place. I just think we're okay. Here's a question. If we played the 49ers in Miami, what's the spread?
49ers minus 6.5.
No, 4.5.
6.5.
I'd do 3.5, just over a field goal they'd give them. They wouldn't know what to do with that
6.5.
What about the Eagles in Miami neutral
3.5.
site? Eagles.
We line up well to beat them.
I think it'd be 2.5.
I'm saying 2.5 too.
Honestly, if I'm thinking about this on paper, the 49, if we played the 49ers, our game plan would to be make Brock Purdy beat us. Debo's hurt. Ayuk is nothing to be afraid of. Kittle is Kittle, but
Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, I wouldn't feel that bad about that matchup because I would firmly believe that we could stop the run.
Okay, defense to offense, but offense to defense. So Alex, now we're facing their defense.
Fred Warner would pick off Goff once. He would.
The front seven is
he
nasty.
would though. You know he would.
He would. We'd pick off Purdy.
I agree. For sure. I think we would force Purdy into like some bad throws, and he'd throw a pick.
I think Sewell would clamp Bosa.
They'll just put Bosa on the other side of Decker.
I watched Sewell get pancake today, and I was not a fan.
Oh no, that's not good.
He got pancake by Vita Vea, I think. Which, that happens.
Also, I just can't wait for Brian Branch to be on this defense because he's going to cover up a lot of problems.
Yeah, we need
the secondary. So bad. And two, we have the other guy, the third guy it was the game for this guy. Emotional story guy to root for. Anzalone, best game I may have ever seen him play as a Lion.
He was
the guy was flying around the football field, making plays left and right.
We've said some not nice things about him.
Correct,
but
I'm walking him back.
He's playing okay. I mean, we can sing his praises right now, but he up a lot.
Family back from Israel, though, Alex. This is his moment. This was all for them.
He played great today, but he up a lot in games. But he always makes a play that makes you think he's good because he has that one huge play in a game, and then he Thor hammers. And it's cool.
Dude had a nice TFL today, I believe. I mean,
pass breakup was nice. It was good. It's good textbook stuff.
I don't know if I really have much else. Uniform matchup was so sexy. They need to wear those creamsicles a lot. Nice. That was awesome. Also, our gray pants are better than the whites. I'll say it. The whites look like practice pants with no stripe. If they put a stripe on the pants that are white, they'd be the best uniform that we have.
White,
on the
blue
road.
pants is
grays
the
are
best.
better right now. No,
yes,
that looks
great.
No,
so much color.
I disagree.
Awesome.
I disagree. You can't even see.
I can see it.
Anzalone had 9 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2 passes defense. That is stuffing a stat sheet.
You guys are Dan Campbell. You got to address the team after the game. What's one thing that you are telling them they need to work on?
Pass protection.
Evan? I would have some pushback on you, Grant. Tampa Bay blitzed like every play. That's not going to happen most weeks. And I think overall they held up okay considering Goff threw for over 300.
Fine, secondary communication. But that's going to be fixed when Branch is back. And
start
the
fast.
Tennis back. Just flying around.
Start fast and finish drives.
This is probably the first game they didn't start fast.
It was Big Ten football for a while. Because of the pass protection. In general, the brush from Kalijah Cansey and Vita Vea was just eating us up.
You really nitpick that much. You won a road game in conference.
Last week I said they need to be better in the third quarter. They were better in the third quarter today.
By double digits. I mean, there's not
They
much
extended
to
the
nitpick
lead in
here.
the third quarter today. First time in a
We
while.
have a 3-game lead in the division.
Yeah. It's hard to. If we lose, it's a catastrophe.
We didn't spend any time on this, I think, maybe because we just got all it out in text form. But, I mean, the Jameson play was one of the... Is it the most exciting play we've had this year so far? Recency bias
Brian
aside?
Branch pick six. I creamed my
Brian
jeans.
Branch pick 6.
Brian Branch pick 6 was, yeah, that was a great... I got off my feet. I did not get off my feet for this.
The
I was,
entire
like,
second quarter of the
off the
Packers
couch.
game. Most of the entire first half of the Packers
Purely
game.
dominating the Packers in the second quarter was great.
JMO's top 3, that was...
Probably third, yeah.
That was sweet.
Brian
the
Branch pick
call
six.
by the announcer...
That was a great call. That I think
underrated.
So
that got
good.
Gets
people
excited for
extra
football.
excited.
So
That
good.
got extra excited because
The adjustment he made, he was like, the ball, he's got
he
it, or whatever it was, but it was so
I thought
good.
that in the moment. I'm like, what a
I
call.
can't believe he caught it. Can't believe he caught it. Can't believe I didn't see the ball trickle out over his shoulder and then he dropped it. I cannot believe he caught that football. Good for him.
No panic button on JMO now
Good for
because he
him.
had 1 catch for a touchdown or 2 catches. He has 6
No, this game
catches
was
in the
weird.
NFL in his career.
The panic I had was his snaps went down from last week, and I thought he played okay last week. His snaps were down.
I think it's because
He didn't play a
we
lot.
ran a lot of those short intermediate routes that we're getting the ball out quick, and his hands aren't
we
that
didn't-
good.
We didn't have time to get him the ball downfield. That
And
was
if
like our
he's
only
running
shot
5
play
yard
that we
slants,
had.
like he's dropping them.
He ain't catching them. Yeah, he ain't catching them.
This is not
I mean, Antoine Green was getting snaps in this game,
Who?
and Marvin Jones.
North Carolina.
Antoine Green from North Carolina
Draft
was
pick.
getting snaps in this game, and J-Mo was just on the sideline. I'm like, is this kid ever going to play football? And he eventually
Didn't Tyreek Hill
But that's
drop
why-
a bunch of passes early on in his career, and now he catches everything? It could change.
Yeah, Tyreek has always had kind of
His hands have
spotty
been very good
He
this
wasn't
year.
always. He's always wide open.
He's
too. I mean,
lightning
yeah.
fast. If we're just talking NFL,
But that's why you just got to stick with the kid. Speaking to the guy that was sitting next to me at Ford Field, just telling him to basically get cut. It's like, this is what he changes. There's not many people that can create that separation. And again, it worked out.
It wasn't
Jared did underthrow it a
too
little bit.
under.
Jambo had like 3 steps on the guy going for the front pylon. And he ended up having to come back to the goal line to catch it. But like, not many people can get that much separation that fast. So he's life-changing. Not life-changing, but he's game-changing. He changed the game with that play because we were at an impasse with the football, couldn't get any points. It was like 10-6, changes the game. 17-6 felt like we were up by 50 after that play. I don't know how
We
you guys
felt like
felt.
it
I
was
like, oh,
over,
we
but
won.
then when it was 20-6, I thought about the 24-6 loss I saw on Saturday. So
Jesus Christ, Alex! I knew it was over.
Different-
I almost
different
texted the
team.
5-7 crew and said, "Guys, don't get too comfortable. Ross Ellis could show up."
Let's do previews. We have Hate Week, Michigan
No.
State.
25-point spread.
Yeah,
Grant.
well, I have a question for you. Oh, I was going to say, have you guys seen the line? And if not, what would you guess?
24.
I didn't know what to think.
It's 25. It's
We're
literally
open at
25.
24.
Well, it's up.
7:30, NBC still should be Eagle and Blackledge on the call.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Little
I'll
Eagle.
be
by the
live
way.
in stadium.
Sorry
Oh,
that you
wow,
have to
Alex,
go.
not a fan of Little
No,
Eagle.
he's just,
Alex, who might be sitting next to you at the game?
I don't know. Ooh.
What you said I can't sell the ticket because it's your ticket, so I'm.
You can sell it. I mean, if you sold it, you would have to give the money to me.
I understand that procedure, Alex.
Yeah, you can sell it. I
Nice.
don't care what you do with it.
Who am I going to give it to?
Grant.
Don Thomas.
Don Thomas. Just
You want to
kidding.
sit there and watch
I
Grant
just-
bang his chest around?
Kobe, look at your freaking.
I told you guys I'm not offering to buy it because you guys should get your money's worth for it. The tickets are still expensive for that.
getting-
They're not. They're
surprisingly.
going down, Grant. They're going down from last week.
Wow,
Yeah, but
50%
it's still,
of
like,
people
around
have the money on
$100.
MSU. Crazy.
I don't know where you
The
get
cheapest ticket on SeatGeek is $93.
The cheapest ticket on StubHub in our section is $115.
Yeah, it's still pretty expensive for a 25.5 point spread. I'll be honest.
$115. Somebody gets sold 50 minutes ago for $105. I'm looking to sell mine.
I
I mean,
I'm
I'm
watching this
like
game in-
99% sure you could
to
get
come
someone
see.
to go with you to that game.
Somebody's on StubHub $448 each. That guy's just trying to get
If you
his
just
season
wanted a
ticket money back.
money, you can just sell it for $50 and just be done with it.
No.
Can we do the classic? I don't know if you're able to go there, but this was the spread probably for the Joe Milton loss, wasn't it?
Like
around that.
20.5.
Yeah.
23.5 or something like that.
If Michigan State wins this game, what happens? Answer that question.
In the grand scheme of things? Or
No, like how? Like I tell you, they
piss
won.
on every
How did that
Michigan's
happen?
grave.
oh, how do they win?
No. How? Like
I
if they
get what
are
you're
going
saying.
to win, how did it happen? When we look back on Sunday, how did they win?
JJ turned the ball over multiple times.
Turnovers that you would never.
No injuries.
Turnovers that you would
JJ turned the
never
ball
expect.
over
Grant.
multiple times, which Michigan
Turnovers that
doesn't
you
do
would
that.
never expect. Never expect.
Pouring rain,
Like Blake Corum
miserable
fumbling.
conditions.
I've
Caden
never seen the guy
Hazard
put the ball on the
turns
ground.
out to be the greatest quarterback we've ever seen.
We get some lucky.
The coaching
calls to
staff
go
doesn't
our way.
show up, and the three of us show up to coach Michigan State. there is no scenario, Grant.
No,
There's
because
not.
Michigan is
There
way
isn't
more
one.
dominating. Like Michigan's never had like a dominating team like
Michigan
Oregon
is
State
upset proof.
ever.
Michigan is
besides this year.
upset proof.
Upset.
The only
proof?
teams
Yeah, you
they're
need
going to
it.
lose to are like a legit
Equal.
good team. They can't lose to bad teams because they're too disciplined. They run the ball. They eat up clock. They can't lose to bad teams
I mean, it was a game with Bowling Green like decently into the third
because
quarter. I'm not saying
everyone was
that's going to
asleep.
happen.
No one gave a shit about that
Michigan-
game.
I guess, yeah, he's to throw three
Michigan
picks.
and Jim Harbaugh and JJ
Can't.
and all those schleps are going to want to humiliate Michigan State this weekend. They're going to want to kill us because the tunnel and everything and Mel Tucker and blah. They're going to want to win 80-0, and they might. They're not going to be sleepwalking. They're going to kill us. It's going to be disgusting to watch, and I hope they do it right
because
away.
I was thinking that
And they're not gonna
because
let
this
off.
is a weird spot in this. That's why I was thinking this is a weird spot in the schedule. Well, typically I feel like it's like out of a bye week, at least for one of the teams, but Michigan hasn't hit their bye week yet. And after their bye week, it's just home versus Purdue. So it's not even Penn State, Maryland, Ohio State yet. So if you think about it, they probably beat Minnesota and then game planned Michigan State, I guess, and didn't really like care that much about Indiana during the week. And maybe that's why it was a slow start. So that does make me feel like they're putting like eggs in a basket for this game. And then bye week comes, so then they can just like turn around and game plan for the big three games after that and overlook Purdue a little bit. And then it's game on. So I think it's a weird spot in the calendar where I do think it benefits them, where it's like you have a week off after this. So you're not really overlooking anyone because you have a week off.
They want to end us. The only hope for Michigan State is a bunch of some craziness to happen, and then I mean, obviously, the only positive thing that has come out of Michigan State the last few weeks is they do play hard, they do compete, and they do try. It's not like they just go out there and like frowned and like kept giving up. That's at least positive. So I don't think they're going to come into this game and like not care. I think they'll care, and I think they'll try. They might be able to keep it close for 4 minutes.
It's going to be 2016. No, yeah, 2016 all over again. It's going to be like 35% Michigan fans. It's going to be a pew of yellow.
How is Michigan State going to move the ball? I mean, my answer would be like they're not, because I just keep looking at like I don't think they're going to be able to run like in years past. Sometimes you'd be able to gash Michigan a few times, but I think their defensive tackles this year are too good. And without Keon or a guy to throw it up to 50-50, like I just don't see it. Maybe Tyrell Henry, maybe a fake play. Tyrell Henry gets a deep bomb.
We're not that creative. Grant, we're not that creative. We can't do that.
He doesn't even play. He played like 7 snaps. Nathan Carter could break one run. Like, and when I say break one, he might go for like 12 yards. Like that's it.
I could see us muffing a punt. That's bound to happen.
Rutgers did that already. We used that up.
It could happen.
I mean, Hauser can throw a ball. Like he's competent.
It won't be raining.
Now I'm curious to see how he looks.
He did put a lot of
your guys' texts were. That's the thing.
His touchdown, like, first touchdown throw.
There was a couple pick sixes. Yes.
I think the rain was the zip
me the
issue.
most.
I fully believe that.
Yes.
I think he was like nervous. He didn't want to like have it slip out of his hand, and he's trying to make these soft little dump throws. I don't think he'll have that problem with no rain.
Well, he has a big man. Rutgers did run a bunch of man. I'm not saying
All right.
Michigan's not going to, but
And you
a lot
saw
of it
that
was, like,
laser touchdown in the first.
it was
drive.
a bunch of like deep comebacks. So like it was like 1-on-1. If the wide receiver's open, just got to get it to him.
I mean, that was his first collegiate start.
But if we threw a ball over the middle, our wide receiver was going to either fumble it or have it for half a second and then kick it out of bounds.
I do like that he's reasonably mobile and he's big enough that he can fall forward. That's nice.
Oh,
No, Kim would just get
Great,
killed
I think-
and go backwards.
Yeah, move the pocket a little bit more against Michigan. You got to move the pocket.
I think using him in the run game is huge. Michigan struggled with that with QBs so far this year, a little bit with Indiana. I think Caden Hauser design runs are crucial for picking up some first downs.
When
for
Michigan
you
State's
guys.
upset Michigan, it's
That's
because we've
something
had
I'm
a great game plan, and this coaching staff has no ability to do that. That's the problem.
Facts.
Like they're not gonna come out with some great game plan because they're morons and they don't know how to do that. Like
And
who is going to
another thing too is even if Jim is stubborn and does get in a lull where he's running, I think the offensive line in Corum is just too solid to like they'll stall out. Like I still think they're going to be able to
Rutgers
run.
freaking ran the ball down our throat.
Monanga is really good. That kid is.
we held on
beast,
for a while in the run game, and then that fourth quarter he just went bananas. We just couldn't tackle.
But the difference this year is that like if they just want to throw the ball 45 times with JJ, he's capable of doing it, and maybe he'll make one or two mistakes, but like it's explosive enough with Roman Wilson where like they'll hit on it at least once or twice.
To me, a lot to a little.
So
Unless they spent the whole bye week planning for, they just literally were like, we will spend the whole bye week getting ready for Michigan, and if we lose to Rutgers, we lose to Rutgers, and then Rutgers just happens to be that shitty that we almost beat them. Like maybe that's what I would do.
What's the talent discrepancy right now, and like coaching staff is so big. I don't know like what's the game plan. It's going to like shock them.
Like I said, I don't know. If I was Michigan State, what I would do is I would put all of my most talented players, regardless of if they ever play or not, and I would just see what happens. You just throw them out there and see what happens. If they get absolutely bent over, it's not going to be any different than what would happen with the other guys.
I would tell you this. I would, if I was doing any offensive scheme, you would just attack the edges and hope it works. I mean, Sanderstill and Rod Moore and them are still great tacklers, and Will Johnson, but the strength of Michigan's defense is in the middle with the
so when we run our
Mason Graham, who's a beast,
crossing
so
routes all game that don't work.
it needs to be bubble screens and just take what they give. That's how Indiana moved the ball. We were sagging off, and they just took 5-yard completions and like get 2 yards after catch, and then get tackled for 7 yards and
I
just
can
move
see it
the
now.
sticks.
We'll do
That's
that.
That's your
we'll
only
roll it up to
chance.
the 30, and then you guys will jump one of those bubbles and take it to the house for a pick six. Like that's what will happen.
That's what happened with Indiana.
Our receivers get no
red zone
separation.
pick. And Will Johnson's probably going to take away one side of the field, so that doesn't help things as well. It's just like, where do we go from here? My question for you
This
guys
is a waste of time.
obviously you're
We'll
down
be
in the
over by
dumps,
8 p.m.
and you have every right to be. What is a final score that would actually like piss you off or be embarrassing? Like, what would it have to get to where you're like, oh, that's even worse than I thought?
Higher than 50 to nothing.
If it's in the 60s, I would be.
Anything above 50. So if it's 51.
Honestly, like none of that's going to surprise me because I think Michigan, if it's like 42-0 at halftime, which is very feasible, like
I don't think so. Not with the Michigan. They don't have enough possessions.
true with the new clock.
Anyways,
If,
but continue.
if Michigan's up a lot in the third quarter, early third quarter, like I said, I don't think they're going to stop. I think like they're just going to try to kill us, and I think because of that, it can get very bad. So I'm already expecting it to get that bad. Like they'll just keep going. They'll just keep running down our throats. We'll eventually give up because it's embarrassing. You're not going to get guys to play hard down 60-0. So yeah, I think it could get that bad. I think it could get to like 63-0.
Jack Tuttle will come in though, that will slow any sort of scoring.
I don't think Jim will take the starters out, is what I'm saying. I think he will leave everybody in and kill us.
That would be stupid. It should play it like any other game where he pulled them.
I don't think he will do that. I don't think he will play it like it's any other game.
Well, that'd be messed up, and I will want him to call off the dogs if it gets to that, because we need safety first. We're not trying to get people hurt in a fourth quarter game.
If Jim does do that, all bets are off on tunnel incident number 2.
All right. I knew it.
It's not going to get chippy because the game's not even going to Like last year's game was like at least for a half you thought, it could be close. This year's game won't be like that. It just won't. You had 2 NFL receivers on the team last year. You don't have that this year.
My ideal uniform matchup is you guys
We're wearing blacks.
all black and us white with mace pants. I don't know if you guys have any preferences
Just
for
don't wear the yellow
uniforms.
pants, Grant. Please don't wear yellow pants.
Yes, Evan,
No,
they look
yellow
good.
pants
I like the
not.
color.
They looked
They
so
do not
bad.
look good.
This is not bias either. They look
No,
horrible.
No,
Grant,
I'm
they're
also
actually
the
the
best
best by far
pants.
the worst. The all whites
Grant,
are
I'm
the best. I'd rather
What?
make them wear blues after that.
I'm a big traditional guy, so your biggest rival, you should wear like traditional colors. So like, I get we're probably gonna wear black because we've been
Nice.
saving them all year, and there's no other game that we can wear them in.
Penn State at
so-
Ford Field. My return to will the
give a
Spartans to victory.
The best look this rivalry has was the K9 game. You guys all green, us white with maize. That is the best look this rivalry has in football.
No, I would argue when you guys are home, it looks better.
No, because normally it's just like all white.
When
for
you guys wear your full blues and then we go green, white, green, like back in the 2000s, so we're fire.
Green, white, white.
We didn't go all blue until like 2 years ago.
All right, you're blue, you're blue, blue, yellow, and we go green, white, green. That is the sexiest uniform matchup.
No, I know. I like the K9 year.
The Braylon Edwards game,
that was so
that's the
visually
best
appealing.
uniform matchup.
That's a good one. I'll give you that. Final score predictions.
49-0.
48.5 is the over under. That's actually pretty low considering the spread.
We're not going to score, Grant.
Yeah.
Indiana
That's what
scored.
they're saying.
49-0.
We're better than them.
A
We
trick
could score
play
7.
that Jay Johnson can't carve up.
I would do what's a football? 42 to 3. 42 to 3. Jonathan Kim's got a good boot. Maybe 42 to 7. I think you guys score. You guys score a touchdown for sure.
I just want it. I don't think this score is going to happen by any means. I just want to make it sound like it's better than it was. So
All
I'm
right,
just
what
going
is
to
that
like.
score?
I would feel pretty good about 38. If we gave up less than 40, I would feel pretty good. So let's go 38, and then we get a miraculous. We have the one touchdown that Grant that you talked about, and then fumble boy fumbles or something. We get a boogeyman touchdown, and then miss the extra point. 38-13.
That's actually pretty.
That's respectable.
I think Nathan Carter, he's still liable to pop one at any time.
He's really good.
Like he has that
Really
ability
good.
to pop one. If he finds a hole,
And he's not
got a
leaving.
chance.
We get to keep him for the new regime. Good stuff.
Dude, could you just think though how like miserable your week this week would be if you were the center and like 2 guards from Michigan State?
At least it's the center
I
and
know
2
I'm
guards
saying
are
fifth-year
guys that have
senior
been there
teachers should get over
forever,
it.
so they should be very. And
Yeah.
Matt Miller says that
They
the
should, but,
offensive
like-
line is great. Grant.
the defensive tackles for Michigan it's different than what I've ever seen, and now I understand what like other schools that have that talent, like in the SEC, when you just have those big boys. Like Michigan has not had that under me.
I have a
guess
question for
Moses
that.
Smith. Maybe I'm contradicting myself, but like consistently in the depth they play with, they rotate guys 24/7, and they're always fresh. It's
If
insane.
Michigan loses,
Sorry, Alex, go ahead.
like I mean, we have to ask
can't
because you never know. I mean, but like you
Yeah,
never know. If they do lose, where do you think it would rank in terms of all-time losses for you?
the worst.
It'd be the worst football loss ever.
It'd be so embarrassing. Like I already know what I would do. I would just spin zone it that the whole season's still in front of us. We just have to win out, but I would be a broken human
Evan,
inside.
and spin zone. If Michigan State won, where would it rank for wins against Michigan?
It'd be probably the second best win of all time.
Behind the Kenneth Walker game?
Yes, that one because we were undefeated.
Oh, muff the punt. Muff snap.
Oh,
Trouble with the snap. That's probably
Third
got to be
best.
one.
because we don't do anything, so like our season doesn't really mean anything. It would be our third best, just so because we could.
COVID
piss on
year
all
was
Michigan
pretty
fans.
electric.
Yeah, but it didn't mean anything.
I will say this though, to that point, like I know people care about who you beat during the year, but if you said Michigan loses this game on Saturday but wins the national title, I sign up. I don't care. I don't care about that stuff. I just want the title at the end. I don't care if Michigan State fans get to say, "Oh, well, we beat you in your title year."
It would make us feel
you
better.
could beat us by 50. Beat us by 50 on Saturday, but guarantee me the crystal ball with Jim Harbaugh or whatever the trophy is, I'd take it.
It's the
I don't
gold
care.
little.
Yeah, they got rid of the crystal ball, which is a
The
shame.
gold.
The crystal ball was great.
The Lombardi, basically.
So you would
But,
sacrifice a 50-point loss to Michigan State to win the national championship? I
50
would do
burger.
the same.
Yep. All the memes,
If
all the jokes.
Michigan State was Michigan, I would do
But
the
it'd be
same.
such a
It'd be a terrible
it'd be
week.
such a
Terrible week.
dark week. Dark until the Ohio State game. You just going into a bye
Final
week
question, Grant.
with all the memes of 50 burgers. Yeah.
With everything going on and the circumstances of this game, which everyone knows, there's no actual Michigan State fan out there that thinks they're going to win. Despite that, we know Michigan fans are going to troll and act like, they're going to rub it down our throats. Do you think that's fair? Do you think are you going to parade this victory?
No, I will not say anything. I don't.
If our friends, our Michigan friends that are not you, are like giving us shit constantly for a week about it, like, do you think that's reasonable, or should they realize that we're a dumpster fire and it's irrelevant?
Friends can talk shit in the other group chats.
Well,
yes, great. You are going to talk shit about us in other chats, and we know that.
I will not. I do not care. Like, it's
Like,
not.
I know listener Brad is going to text 1,000 things about it. He's going to be on his high horse, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be super annoying.
Service.
And if he says something funny, I might respond with a laugh, but I'm not going to be like, yeah, like, F him, like we just spanked him. Like, I don't.
Just like Mel Tucker spanked his
different this year.
If Michigan fans, if Michigan fans want to pretend that we're not their rival, then this is the perfect week to do it, because you could just say nothing after you win, like, and that would mean we're not a rival to you. So do that if that's what you want to do. But if they start talking shit after a game that they're supposed to win by 24 points, then I'm going to fully confirm in my head that we are a rival to them, and they're going to have to suck it up, because that's true.
I think that's a fair bar, Alex. I understand, though. I don't know. I'm different than a lot of those.
Yes, you know it's a rivalry
because
you do.
I have so many people on both sides. Like, most of my friends, I go to Michigan State the most. I've been to Spartan Stadium more times than Ann Arbor. It's really just football for me. I don't like to get into all the like weeds of like the brainwashing and the cult of each school and what they think about the other, like the degrees of like who went where. Like, I don't care. I just want to watch football, and they're my team that I grew up with, and I went to Butler, so I'm not going to root for Pioneer Football League. I root for Michigan. I don't
all
have
fair
that
points
hatred for Michigan State that a lot of people have. So it's just like, and this year, this team, we're over the hump of Harbaugh getting slandered. Everyone knows they're one of the best teams in college football. I'm just focused on winning the national championship, and it's just another game on that step that I just want to keep seeing them look the part. What I don't want to see is how they've looked in years past, where it's sluggish against Michigan State, and this game always like makes you feel tight at halftime.
Now, all-time text for me last year at halftime.
They are progressing.
All-time.
I forgot
said
what
the season's over.
I was just like, this is
stupid.
stupid.
The season's over.
It was an overreaction for sure, but it's just like,
I'm glad that we were able to
always
do that
gross.
with a terrible team to make you think that.
Keon's difference maker. He had like 80 yards in that game.
2 lost touchdowns.
Boss people.
Sick.
But if this team's truly better and this team's peaking and not going to fall to TCU, they will win this game handily, and there will not be any speed bumps. Because like you said, not even the coaching game plan.
There's nothing that can stop Michigan.
Help one side. They're going.
My point is that all the Michigan fans that say it's not a rivalry, then I better not hear a peep out of you this weekend. And that's that.
But I guess you're saying if they do, I'm not going to condone it, but I'm not going to be like,
no, if you think it's a rivalry, go for it. But if you're going to pretend that it's not, then you shouldn't talk shit.
That's your challenge.
I didn't see everybody tweeting Indiana fans after this weekend.
Oh, they're a basketball school, Alex.
Well, so are we.
They've never been good at football. Yeah, but you've been good at football.
Very good.
So, quickly, Lions, Ravens. Evan, I'm fully bought into your theory that the London travel is going to mess up.
That was a good theory. It did make me feel better.
Going to. And Lamar Jackson can't throw.
I'm so in.
Their offense isn't that good.
So in on
defense is solid. They're like Tampa Bay, with a different style quarterback.
That's a funny
one that
tweet,
runs
Evan.
only.
Mike McDonald, though.
Overrated.
No.
He didn't win anything when he was in college.
Lost
Big
to Kenneth
Ten.
Walker.
Congrats. Who'd you guys play in the Big Ten?
Iowa, I think.
That's a big win.
Just like this year.
Dude, we're not going to get off track, but Michigan versus Cade would be a movie.
Cade is injured. He doesn't have an ACL.
And Grant, they suck. Michigan State should have beat them.
I can't believe that was my worst call ever. I looked at that
I
spread.
almost texted you and said that my lock of the day was Iowa, and you already said it, so I didn't want to jinx you out of it. But
why would why would Vegas make Wisconsin minus 9.5 knowing everything we know?
I don't know.
about
I
those two
saw that,
teams?
and that's why I was my lock of the century, because I was like, this is no way.
So I had to
Wisconsin's
take
put
it.
up points.
The
I was
other
like,
way.
there's because they beat Rutgers last week. It was mind blowing when I saw that spread.
Sorry. Sorry, Evan, I cut you off. We were talking about Lions Ravens.
Lions Ravens. I don't think the Ravens can score more than like 20 points. The Steelers held them to. Now Steelers defense is pretty solid. Our defense
Very
is pretty
good.
solid. I just like the way this team's playing right now. Jared Goff is going to outperform Lamar Jackson. We have better weapons on the offense.
The Ravens have serious drop issues. They drop more passes than JMO. So
I like the Lions in this one. I do. I like it 28-21.
Alex Ricochet shot. Nice. I wonder if the spread's out yet.
no,
I doubt it.
It's probably
That could be, though.
-1 Detroit, if I had to guess.
This is what I'm looking for in this game, is that our kryptonite has been semi-mobile quarterbacks, and this is the most mobile quarterback in the NFL. It is -2.5 Ravens. So you can get Lions plus money, plus 122 to win the game if you're feeling frisky.
If I wasn't in Texas, I'd feel frisky about that.
There's certainly a world, Evan, where I can just see Lamar Jackson running for over 100 yards on us, and it's infuriating because we keep collapsing the pocket, but he escapes, or we don't keep contained. Like, I can see it. Alex?
Yeah,
you
but
feel
Grant,
like
as
you're on
long
top
as
of
it's
this
not
too?
running for touchdowns, I think they stall out in the red zone because they don't have an identity.
They say the biggest indicator
Yeah.
of football games is where the money lies. 80% of the money is on Detroit money line.
So you're telling me Michigan State's going to win because 50% is on Michigan State.
50 to cover, Evan, not to win.
Oh.
Well, wait, it'd be the opposite, though, because Vegas is rich, so 80% Lions would mean Ravens would be the smart pick because you go against the favorites.
Yeah, technically. Unless
Or no, you just go against the public.
you should
Small
fade the
public, big money.
fade the public, find the big money. That's how it works, but I'm assuming the big money in an 80%, the big money's on Detroit.
Can I tell you guys, if I was defensive coordinator, what I would do?
Play
this game?
QB spy with Jack Campbell.
Yes to the first part,
Derek
no
Barnes.
to the last part. No.
Brian Branch. Yes.
Hey, Brian, I know your ankle
Yeah,
is
he's not
at
playing.
90%, but welcome back. You're just going to shadow Lamar Jackson. Yeah, he's going to play, isn't he?
I don't know. I thought he'd play this week, and I thought he'd play last week, and he didn't play either. We need Gibbs back if Montgomery's
Wasn't he-
out, because we cannot roll in with Craig again. No offense, Craig. Good player. Special teamer. We need one of those backs back.
Yeah. What's there? Like, I know they have Marcus Peters. What else do they have in their secondary? Can we carve
Kyle
that
Hamilton.
secondary up or no? Oh, he's really
Got
good.
ejected
I was
today.
right about that kid.
Yeah, he did.
Did he really?
Absolutely
Good for him.
speared somebody in the face. In the face. Watch
Yeah, he
it
got
live. In the
got
face.
ejected.
Some no name just got.
Did you guys see the hit on Devontae Adams?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Speaking of these big booms.
It's like shit
Oh
for
my
my
gosh,
fantasy
he got
team.
lit
today.
up.
Jelani Tavai scored a touch. Got an interception off of that.
All right, well, if it makes you feel better, Brian Tannehill went 8 for 16
I saw
for
Malik
76
Wilson in
yards
that
and a
game,
pick.
so
And he went 4 or 5 for 74 yards. So he actually did look pretty good throwing the ball, apparently.
he completed 4 passes, Grant. Looked good.
4 or 5, though. You take that. I don't know. This is a game I can easily see us losing. So there's that.
It's
I can
not a
easily see
game
it.
that
But
I would
London
feel
effect-
good about. Like, of the games we played the last 3 weeks, I was pretty confident we'd win. I don't feel that confident for this game.
The Ravens have not scored 30 points, though, to Evan's point about them fumbling in the end zone and not having an identity. That makes me feel good that they have not really ran. Like, because last year they beat the Dolphins. Or no, did they lose? It was a shootout last year. That they were capable of scoring points like that. This year they have not been. So to Evan's point, I'm going to say we squeak this one out. We squeak this one out 25-24. Not sure how we get there, but we get there. 25-24.
Go for two.
They handled the Texans. They beat the Bengals. They lost to the Colts. Killed the Browns. Lost to the Steelers. Oof.
London travel?
Yeah, I'm going to go 24-20 Lions.
Comfortable win.
Not really. Lions scored late to win the game. It's 20-17, and we score a go-ahead touchdown with 32 seconds remaining. Jared Goff does Khalif Raymond. Yep. Clip that.
All right. That's this week's show. Red Wings got their first win. Shout out them. Pistons basketball starts somewhat soon. I got my Bally Sports subscription. We are live.
Shouldn't say hockey.
Watching.
Not bad.
Sports.
Top 10 in the country.
Say hockey.
Haley Cavender
is
back.
on March Madness.
Mm.
Caitlin Clark back, sold out.
Would beat Cormac Phelan in one-on-one. She would.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.